And we are live.
All right, welcome to the Frost and Fist. What is up, beautiful people? It's your wolf brother, Mythos Kushranada.
And I am the Freak, and welcome to the show. Sorry, guys, we're actually working on our on our new greeting, so trying to make it a little smoother. This is a work in progress. So hey,
and that was a cringeworthy opening, but just for you. We're working on our. We decided earlier today. We're like, we need to change this up, and so I was like, we're going to get this wrong several times before we get it right. Anytime you do something for more than a year and you change it up, it takes a learning curve, right?
Yep. Always. What's happening, folks?
Man. Guys, I've had a rough week, and I'm just so glad to get in here and do this live show tonight. And a couple people asked me, they're like, are you sure you're going to go back right away and do the show? And I'm like, I kind of need this, some normalization in my life. And so I'm really, really glad to be here hanging out with you guys tonight on a Friday night. Also, I listened to a lot of Kenny Boucher while I was in the hospital, and so I almost said, on the literal best of all days. It was like, that is not my phrase, that's someone else's.
Yeah, that would probably get us in trouble too. Just a little bit.
But shout out to the master, of course.
Absolutely, I give him high props for sure.
We got Hellworks by Hellchild saying, what's howling? We got Dazrock Kushranada, my brother.
All right.
Boy, our folks. We got Atomic Dog, our brother Brian saying, my dudes, I will be listening while shopping online.
All right.
He was saying earlier today he's got some money burning a hole in his pocket and he wants some hobby goodness.
Do it, Bubba. Get at it.
Zane says, hi, how's everyone doing?
How's it shaking, brother?
Better than before, my brother. Better than before.
Hey.
Brian says, Mythos. Oh, and Freak.
Wow. That's all right, man. I mean, hey, you were dying, not me. So, hey, I'm okay with that.
Zane says, hi, Atomic. How you doing, Mythos? Glad to see you were able to stream. I am, like I said, I'm so happy to actually be doing the stream tonight. So,
got me worried.
He needed me. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I really was concerned. I was like, man, dude, I really don't want to do the show without you. So you need to go get better. Turn to the nurse or up and do something. If he doesn't get better, just put a pillow over his head and just get it over with.
That's rough, guys. That's rough.
She kicked me out. She was very nice. Very nice to him. Was calling for a taser for me.
Yeah. With family like Freak, I don't need enemies, do I?
I'm so glad that you're full too, man.
Me too, man. Weather Pig says, so glad to see you looking good, mate, as beautiful as ever.
Wow. Wow, a lot of beauty remarks. How much you pay him to say that?
Inquisitor Zane says, I didn't want to watch the stream without Mythos either. Little fun fact for you guys. Freak and I don't actually like doing the show without each other. We feel kind of lost when the other one's there. I think we both get so accustomed to bouncing off each other and relying on each other for, like the chemistry helps fill the silence, right?
Right.
Without each other to bounce jokes off of, it's just like, and we talked about this news topic. So,
right. My never-ending quest to try to derail Mythos, and Mythos' never-ending quest to get the news without being derailed. That's how we roll.
Or to just plow through the derailing.
Exactly. You're like,
I know we're in the bad timeline, but I need to.
I know you're ignoring me. You can't ignore me forever. I'm gonna get you one moment, sometime today. You're gonna go down, Mythos. Anyone want a towel?
And derail him again. Oh, trust me, he will at some point through the night. There's always at least one zinger in there that will catch me off guard. What's funny is Freak and I used to actually, before we started doing live shows, when it was just two of us sitting in front of a camera, first of all, when we first started doing it, our first, I guess, almost a year, we were actually in the same room every Friday recording, and then we'd post it on Monday. Well, for whatever reason, we weren't confident enough to go off script at first. So we would literally spend more time writing out the script than actually filming. And so once we would actually put like an hour and a half into the script, for some ungodly reason, Freak would do his best to try and throw me off the script as we're filming, just to see if he could make me break character.
He would say something kind of, something simple, and I'll stare at him, and he'll look at me like, "What's wrong?" And I'll just start cracking up laughing. We just kept it. We kept the whole scene, just stupid things like that. Now he's good. He's good. Bobby, he's good. No, seriously, he is good. He'll plow right through it. I can look at him all stupid, and he's smiling away, like just going right at it. Pretend I'm not even there. He does that in person too. He just pretends I'm not even there. Just I am. So, yes, he's good. Yeah.
And then every once in a while, though, like at least once per episode, he'll get that zinger that makes me stop what I'm saying and look at him.
Yeah, and see, I don't know if he wants to kill me or if he just wants to laugh. Maybe just laughing, plotting my death. One day.
What's funny is after eventually I started doing that back and forth to him too, and at one point we're doing a battle report, and I'm looking at him to see if I can get him to crack a great character while he's talking to the camera, right? But while I'm looking at him to see if I can get him to crack, his daughter pauses the episode and takes a screenshot and sends it to him with text that says, "Get you a man that looks at you the way Mythos looks at Freak during the battle." That was hilarious.
It was good because Mythos was like, he had this. I mean, but the angle, and I know that's not what he was doing. I promise you, maybe, but he was like, it looked so dreamy. And it was like, are you freaking serious? It was funny. We have fun. We have fun in this channel. We do. That's what it's all about, is enjoying what you do.
What's funny is that we laughed and cracked up about that picture for a while, and then a week later, Freak runs it through the Snapchat filter that makes the eyes all sparkly and stuff like that, and sends it back to me. We have Spec in the chat that says, "Hey, gents, alarms work. How are you all? Man, I appreciate you sacrificing some sleep to hang out with us." Yeah. And I was just telling the chat before you got here, Spec, my man, since I had a rough week, I really, really felt like I needed this live chat, this hangout, to hang with my friends and have some kind of sense of normality on a Friday night. So I'm really, really glad you're here, my man.
Definitely, man. Got a lot of good guys on it. Man, good crowd.
Zane says
going nuts.
It's kind of required, and he says that in my never-ending quest to assert dominance over the chat and its moderator. That's funny.
That is the quest. That is true. That is a quest. I think he might have got it from the guy who's got big, yellow exclamation mark. Where's that?
I was going to wait till we had a few more people on, but I would do, since we have them here, and Thomas already brought it up. Nice vids this week, Spec. Really great vids this week. Like we mention all the time, you can go over to him and get some really great Conquest content. But he did a really great video this week on the Weather Pig Show Us What You Got tagged video, community video challenge. And he showed some really, really amazing models in his collection. And you can go over and check that out on his channel. But really exciting, he tagged your Wolf Brother as one of his candidates. So I'm going to get to take part of the challenge too. So now Weather Pig has tagged Freak. Spect has tagged me. You're going to get 2 videos from Frost and Fist on the Show Us What You Got community video thing. I'm going to get the title right eventually. Also, another friend of the channel, Kaiju Shorts. Go check him out. He put up his video from where Weather Pig tagged him as well. So 2 really good community videos went up this week, and you got to see some really cool stuff in the collection. I almost went into what some of my favorites in both of their collections were right now, but literally just as I went to open my mouth, I realized that would be spoilers for their videos and a bit of disrespect. So you know what? Don't even listen to me. Go check out their videos on their channels, because Spect and Kaiju Shorts both have some really, really, really good tag videos showing us some really, really cool models.
Awesome.
So, Freak, you got any hobby progress this week, my brother? What you got for a poke chat?
Well, as always, I do like pork chops. But yeah, so I got a lot done today. Of course, one of my biggest things was, seeing how you're doing, man. It had me really, really worried this week, and I was like, dude, and it was serious. This was straight up serious. When the man shows up in freaking ICU, that was like, look, I work at a hospital. I know what the ICU was like, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. It scared me. It really did. It scared me because just 2 days ago at our hospital, an individual had passed away, and I got to see it on camera. I'm like, it was just really, really weird. So for me, it was just a little too close to home, and I was like, I'm not liking this at all. So I went to go see the Wolf brother, see how he's doing, and thank God that he was doing better. He had, like, the nurse had started writing down his his vitals, his numbers and stuff, mainly his blood sugar and all that stuff, and you can see it was progressing, was getting better and better and better. His pancreas started kick-starting it, started working again, and I was like, oh man, that was just great news to see. And then the following day, he was actually out of the ICU, right into a normal room, and then they kicked him out. They had enough of him. But aside from that, excuse me, I've been working on my my Centurions. Okay, so I am very, very slow when it comes to painting. I like to take my time. And so I of course, Centurions are 3, right, in the unit, and so I just take one. I try to get that to the best of my ability, and then I'll model the rest after that one. That's just how my brain works. Typically, everybody will just, okay, I'm going to lay black for the metallics, do it all 3. I'll do this for this, do it all 3, and all the whole 9 yards, right? I'm the opposite, guys. And you know what? That's just my thing. I do one, and then I get really, really happy, get excited with it, and then I say, okay, cool, this is how I want the rest, and then I'll emulate it. Now, the only thing that I do mass produce are the way that I do the highlighting. Exactly, right. Yeah. Highlighting, shading. So let me give it a quick show here. So I'm really, really excited because now I'm going to do the heads absolutely ultra last, but you can see the body is completely done. And
see, most people start with getting the head.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. But I'm not that lucky. You know why? Let me show you. See that? Y'all see that? Yeah. No. You, maybe. Not this guy. There you go.
Oh yeah, we both had scary incidents this week. Kaiju Shorts joined us, and he says, "Hey guys, good to see you both, tornado survivor and ICU survivor."
It's true. Yeah, man. Last week we had to jump in a freaking tub because a tornado blew through 50 miles. It didn't touch down here, but the winds were just horrible. So, anyways, you can see. I mean, I think it turned out pretty cool. I love, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted this look. God, come on, focus, you moron. Yeah, come on. Anyway, so now this is kind of how I want the rest.
It's actually coming through. It may not look great on Whereby, but it's actually coming through pretty well on YouTube.
Oh, there it is. There it is. So yeah, pretty excited. So I'm gonna do the rest here. Now you can see here it is without all the detail. Ain't that something? I'm not doing anything except for, the detail work and, of course, the wash. The wash finally brought it down together.
what's crazy is I've seen your before and after of both, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the highlights look good by themselves, but they don't look as pronounced as once you start adding all the details in there.
Exactly.
So it really, like, you doing the details really is bringing out how deep and red brown the shades are and how nice and crisp yellow the highlights are.
Absolutely right. I mean, because if you can see this here, okay, this is the exact same as what I did with this one, right? But it doesn't accentuate the highlights or the shadings, the deep browns and the reds and the yellows, the bright yellows, until you start putting the blacks and the reds and all the darker, earth colors. You really can't tell how good that really looks until you start seeing something to contrast it, and that's exactly what it does. So really excited. Love how that worked out. I put out a video. Did I? Yeah, I actually put out a video, which was my was that this week that I did that? My Redemptor Dreadnought? Or was that last week?
Yeah.
Was it last week?
Yeah, because it went up while I was in the hosptal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everything's running together. So
we just talked about that before the show. You're like, man, no excuse. You didn't comment on my video.
There you go. That's what happens to get old. So, I think I'm gonna have to shave this because it's the grays making me forget crap. No, that ain't doing it. I just forget crap. So I put a video out, got this done. I'm gonna be able to crank this out now that I have an idea of how I want it done. Love how it's turned out.
Interrupt you while you're talking, while you finished up how you're doing your Centurions. You have 3 more Centurions, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So guys, if you guys will agree with me in the chat, or if you're watching through on one of our archives, I think most of you will agree with me that these are some of the most gorgeous Centurions you've seen. If you would like to see him do one of the next batch as a Centurion tutorial,
I can do that.
Let us know in the comments, because we're always looking for things that we can turn into tutorials. And sometimes we have trouble seeing what ourselves do as something that would be a valuable tutorial. So
no, you're
maybe
right. That's a
something
good idea.
you want to see, let them know. Because sometimes I'll mention that. He's like, I don't know if anybody wants to see that. So I thought I'd bring it up, see what you guys think.
Wow, just putting me out there, huh, bro? Just
putting
me on blast. Putting me on blast. That's what you're doing. Putting me on blast, bro.
Okay.
Look at that. So anyway,
go ahead. I'm done interrupting you for the moment.
So anyway, so I'm really excited about that. I want to do. I want to start working after I'm done this. I'm going to work on my Tor Garden, and so I'm really excited about that because Tor Garden's got that really beefy looking awesome Primaris armor. So this is going to look so pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. And then after that, I'm going to start working on the rest of my Centurions, and I have some aggressors that I need to work on as well. So I got to start, making those popping too. Also, we're still waiting on Brother Archer. Oh no, he already told me. So he wants me to paint him a chaplain. So
it just so happens we have a couple chaplains sitting around.
We do.
They happen to be the same model.
Chaplain
Can
Emo.
you guys guess what chaplain we might have bought extra of?
Wait, hold on.
When you're going into battle and you don't know how to feel, just count on Chaplain Emo and his joy will make you squeal. So when the world is down, you want to scream, just listen to the words of Chaplain Emo.
Can you guess? Hulk smash.
Can you guess what chaplain model we might have extras of sitting around? Speaking of which, one thing we want to announce, guys, something that we have decided to change in our Wolf Guard level of support is it used to be one of our Wolf Guard members would get a model painted by one of us. Mm-hmm. Something just not a big deal, just something equivalent, infantry equivalent. But one painted by one of us once a quarter. Instead, we've decided to extend that to all Wolfguard level supporters. We'll get a model painted by one of us every single quarter. So.
Right. In other words, we're not going to, let's say if there were 2 or 3, we're not going to, pick a drawing or whatever. You're going to get one. That you just have to let us know what you want within reason. So, and it's be a little special something from us. And who knows, if you keep at it, you might wind up with a whole unit, so we're happy to do it. We're so happy to do it.
Absolutely. Some things in the chat here, and I'm not sure if you're done yet. We can go back to you. I just want to catch up because there's so much.
Yeah,
chat.
definitely. Go for it, man.
You were talking about me in the ICU. Atomic Dog says, no more candy, Mythos, no more tacos, no more junk food. And he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong at all. No more gluten for you, no soup for you. Come back 1 year. He says, love you, man. Okay, back to shopping. Zane says, in the grim darkness of Mythos's new diet, there's only broth. Man, I wish you were joking. But almost all week I've been on a liquid diet, and just yesterday I finally got some food back in me. So the liquid diet, and most of it was just clear liquid diet all week. I was just like, God, I want to eat something so bad. And scientifically proven fact, guys, when you're not allowed to eat, more and more commercials about food will appear on TV.
That's a fact. That's almost as exactly as factual as Elstonation. So.
I can't tell you how many times I saw and heard the crunch of the new Popeye's chicken sandwich commercials. It's just like it became a montage in my head of people biting and going, ow, ow, ow. It's just crazy. Drive me mad. And they were like, Mr. How, how are you doing? It's going to be about 3 more hours till your next clear liquids. Yay. But no, all in all, even though I just really, really wanted to eat, they took good care of me. And actually, when we go to my hobby update, for those of you that are curious, I'll give you the start to finish of what happened. Oh, by the way, Kaiju, who joined us, I did point people into the direction of your channel because Kaiju Shorts had a really, really good, always cool videos anyways, because I love the Godzilla content, the Gundam content, all that good stuff. But like I said, taking part in the Weather Pig Show Us What You Got challenge, that was a really cool video. So definitely go check out that. Talking about the tornado and ICU survivors, Spec said that saves were made. We made our saves, brother.
Yeah, I didn't roll ones. I like that. We both did.
Lady Dragon. Why, hello there.
Hello
she
there.
Says, Mythos, you live. I live indeed. She says she's being naughty and watching from work.
Are you?
This week sucked for Brother Thomas, Hellworks by Hellchild 2, who also spent a little time with some health issues. Hopefully he is also healing and getting better. I saw him earlier today saying he was feeding the cold, and it looked like he was feeding it well.
Yeah.
Zane says your house made the armor save against the tornado. That must have been an invul save, sir.
That was definitely an invul, because everything was blowing around us.
Zane says for Lady Dragon watching from work, he says, naughty. Some could say you're being a bad dragon. Clear search history. He says, I'll take my seat now after that terrible joke. Spec commenting on your gorgeous, gorgeous Centurion says, the contrast really brings out the brightness of the yellow in the armor you're painting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Atomic Dog says, dude, the Warhammer 40K Execution Force box is freaking awesome, but the price is not. You ain't wrong.
It typically is not great.
Lady Dragon says, Law Centura Bear. I'm sure you remember, Freak, on the Emperor Texas speech. There's this hilarious scene where the Emperor takes the centurions and keeps it on his lap like a little stuffed, like a little pet or stuffed animal,
You mean like a ventriloquist
or
dummy?
or that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is it me that you have a problem with?
Lots of
I thought it was always funny that it was Dorn that was in the Centurion armor. Whenever he's in front of it, like you see Dorn, he's in Centurion armor. Why?
Weather Pig says, "G'day, g'day. I have a minute as a video renders." Very cool. Also, a minute while a video renders. You must have a pretty good PC.
Oh, you're lying.
I've got 3 on the way. 3
PCs?
chaplains, 3 centurions, 3 emos. I'm not sure.
3 naughty lady dragons.
Atomic Dog says Hulk smash emo. Dane says too moist, too early. Hey, we have a new viewer, Aaron Mocha. Nice.
Hi.
Thank you for joining.
Hey, welcome.
Zane says, was the chaplain Cassius? Announce emo retired? Yes. Let's see. By the way, Mythos, Freak, Wolf, or Fist? Pick one. Wolf, of course.
Fist? I'm sorry. Was that a trick question?
Compromise. Fisting wolves. Definitely don't check his search history. I'm just saying. Zane says, I think that's illegal. Weather Pig says he gets the pains of dietary limitations. Zane says, what's with the park person? That's what the park person said before they started chasing me. Hellwork says, they're both wolves, Lady D. That we are. And eventually, Freak will play those wolves.
Oh, yeah. I actually have enough for an army.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that the other day, including what he painted for Brother Atlas during a previous commission that we were able to salvage from the Great Shelf Explosion of 2019. Freak actually can combine that with what he's painted so far, and he actually has, I think we said 1,000-point playable for it.
Yep, exactly. I think about that. I actually could start practicing, so I've got my my codex.
Weather Pig says, Lady Dragon, you guys often stream when I'm on my lunch break? Kaiju says, because Dorn looks good in that armir. I think you're talking about Dorn.
He really does. He really does. And honestly, I was really thinking before I've ever, did a little deep diving on what Dorn was really, armored in. I really thought that was his. It looked good. I think it would have made good sense for him to be in that armor. I just keep seeing him up and down.
Lady Dragon says, excellent. Goes off to plot. What could she be plotting?
I don't know. I'm a little worried now. I'm a little concerned.
All right, my brother. That was we've got some really great interaction early in the show.
I'm so stoked, man.
Future hobby update, my brother.
So a future hobby update. Like I said, I'm going to work on Tor Garadon after these boys. And then after that, we're going to switch it off to going back to either aggressors or centurions. It really depends on which way I'm feeling. I'm really excited about it. And oh yes, a chaplain. Right. So that's going to be a side project. That's going to be pretty fun. So also let me know what company you want the chaplain, because I got to do his one shoulder pad. So, but yeah.
Oh, well, Brother Archer is a Raven Guard.
Raven God, are you? Well, then.
I mean, he has like every faction. So
he kind of does. I mean, if you want, I'll do an Imperial Fist, or I'll even do a Wolfy Wolf. Whatever you want, man. So you just let me know what you want. So I'll paint him pink and polka dot. I don't care. Whatever you want, man. Let me know how you want him. But she gone? Got to check out.
She's got to check out. Work is over, but she'll be back on later with the hubby.
Sweet. Awesome. Drive safely. Be careful. Don't be naughty on the way home. Be safe.
Don't tell her how to live her life.
Sorry.
Zane says, you think Big D would trade one bad dragon for a couple others? Got a full collection, lightly used in like new condition. I'm not.
I don't.
I think something in my brain just broke somewhere.
I think, yeah. Where's our moderator at? Why? He's never here when we need him.
So I couldn't paint all week, guys.
I think Zane killed him.
Stressing for me. So today I did end up going back to work because my doctor's note said the very next day, even though I was like really hoping it would say Monday, my doctor's note says you're back to work tomorrow. But the minute the clock hit 5 o'clock, I worked from home today, thankfully, because I have a really cool boss who was like, "You're still healing, work from home." So the minute the clock hit 5 o'clock, the airbrush compressor kicked on. It's like 4:59, 5 o'clock. So you guys saw last week, I had started putting the black on the grav plates of my repulsor. And I have to say, so I was doing this on the show last week by hand. And because of all the awkward nooks and crannies, it took me a long ass time just to do one of these rows. And because I didn't want to accidentally get any overspray or anything like that onto this nice, crisp, shaded and highlighted white armor that took me forever to do. So I tried to do it really carefully by brush, but I only got through with 1/4 of the grav plates. And so when I started again today, I said, screw that noise. And I broke out the airbrush and I did a couple of things like I ripped a cracker box in half because it's sturdy and it's thin, and I used it to help mask. And I ended up what took me like an hour and a half to do with this, I ended up doing the rest in like 10 minutes earlier today. So I got all of the grav plates done today.
Looking good, bro.
I got, and this is probably not going to show up very well, but I did some heat bloom. I love heat bloom effects. And you guys will know I go for a little bit of an over-the-top kind of cartoony heat bloom effect. That's just what I do, guys. I just don't like the style. But so there is some very.
Can you hold that edge up a little bit, like lift it up to that corner right there, like that. You do a shading around that little round part in the front by the plate
here.
No, on the other side, right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went around before when I was doing the shading. I'm sure you can see. I went through all the nooks and crannies in the armor with the shade.
Really good.
And then here I went around the wheel and went around the grav plates. I went around the doorways. I did up and around.
That looks really good.
So
yeah, that looks really good, man. And I'm trying to differentiate your work versus what actual lighting, so you got to bear with me. But it looks really good.
The only spot that actually has any white is the very center of this panel here and the very center of this door here.
That works.
And then the edges of that bevel there, that really sharp corner has some white. So
can you turn just slightly so we can see the top?
Oh, yeah, sure. Same thing you'll see, and it's a little harder to see because of our lighting, but there's some white right in the middle of this panel.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay.
So what I do, guys, is I base coated the whole thing with gray sear. So really this is all in off-white. Then I mix 50-50 basilicum gray and Space Wolf gray. And then I mix that 50-50 with the contrast medium. Mm-hmm. And I use that to tone all my shadows, like around the doors, around all these nooks and crannies, around the grav plates, around the edges of the doorway, all the places where there are any nooks and crannies. I use that to shade that. And then I highlight a very, very thin down white scar, and I thin it down with a little of translucent white ink. It's not the full opacity one, it's the other one. And I use that to water down the white scar a little bit, and I put just very, very thin highlights in the center of my panels. So that's how I do my white scars, guys.
Something that's kind of crazy because I love World War II tanks, and something that kind of reminds me. It looks like the Panzer, the snow, um, um, oh gosh, the snow environment combat World War II Panzer from the Germans. It's got that same look. It's so aggressive looking. That looks really, really well done, man.
Thank you, my brother. So, like I said, this week I did the heat bloom, and I love doing heat bloom effects. They're very cartoony. You
Good.
can see that starts with a bronzy color. I start with Balthasar gold, dry brushed over the lead belcher and silver. And then I'd use some secret weapon red heat effect and then the blue heat effect on the edges. And then a dry brushing of black, to really give that
Nice.
soot at the end.
That looks
And then I
really
went back,
natural, though. It looks actually natural.
um, and then I went back with the airbrush and I did the glow effect for my last cannons here. And I'm gonna come back and do a little burn on the tips of the last cannons. But
Yeah,
so that,
I'm agreeing with everybody, man. It looks really, really good. Done great job with the shading, man. Oh wow,
thank you
you
so much.
freaking crushed it, man.
I I had to I bottled up all my urge to paint all week and came back and really like poured it into my repulsor. Let's see. The moderator who listens to me does what I tell him to. I'm not sure. I wonder what Archer would say about
I
that.
don't know, but I know I think he's got him tied up in a basement somewhere because I haven't seen Archer around.
Weather Pig says I've always wanted to paint a bad dragon as a funny art project, but try to keep the Weather Pig PG. I heard Mythos say Zane's comment, and I had to switch over and see that comment myself. Conquest will be sending me a grav tank soon. That'll be awesome. I can't wait to see Sons of the Phoenix. I expect. I can't wait to see how that comes out. Atomic Dog says No Fear box set for $68 free shipping. Is that a good idea? I don't know what No Fear normally goes for. I know it's like a smaller set of what you get in the Dark Imperium, but it's like the Dark Imperium Light. I'm not sure what all is in there. I'm not sure if 68 is a good price for it. Zane says, in all seriousness, um, Big D mentioned painting some as alien plants. I think it would be great. I just need to. I need to see the. I just want to see the look on someone's face if they notice. That would be fun. Kaiju says, love the shading. Thank you so much. Spec says, that's a great recipe for white. Thank you. Happy freaking Friday. X Gear Commander. Thank you for joining us, my brother.
Welcome, man.
We're going to talk a little bit about Gray Knights later. And I feel like the boosts the Gray Knights are getting are pretty nice so far. Obviously, it's not like the boosts, say, Imperial Fist got, right? But I think they're pretty nice boosts. X Gear mentioned earlier today that he feels like the Gray Knights are still neutered. So I guess we'll see as everything comes forth.
So I'm looking at it right now. It's the No Fear Warhammer 40K starter set, right? See, GW has it for $80, 80 American dollars. If he can get them for $60, then that's actually a really good deal.
$12 off with free shipping.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, looks like you get the starter set. Of course, you get I'm not sure. So you get some rules. You'll get a book full of rules for the miniatures that you're getting. Of course, you're going to get what is that? What the heck is that? Oh, okay. So you're going to get some Nurgle love, and then looks like you get a unit of Inceptors. No, Intercessors. Oh wow! So you get some Inceptors. You get that is Hold on, let me see if I can just read it.
Yeah, $2.19 per mini.
Yeah, that's not a bad. Yeah. Okay, here it is. So you get a
Oh
Space
yeah,
Marine
he says
captain.
X Gear Commander says if it's possible, if you don't mind screen sharing,
Oh
he'd like
yeah,
to see what we're looking at.
yeah, absolutely. Give me a second. Let me do that here.
And I think one of the big things here, Atomic Dog, I know you want to paint up some Blood Angels, but if you think about it, are you interested in the other faction? Do you want any of the Death Guard? Because I know, like I said, I know you're all in to get some Marines and paint up some Dark Angels.
Yeah,
But does the other side of the box appeal to you? Because that's
Death
another thing.
Guard.
It's
Yeah,
great to get $2 a mini, right? Which is a fantastic price, honestly.
right,
But do the models interest you? I
right.
can tell you that I think the Space Marine models that come in this intercessors, fantastic models.
Mm-hmm.
That's that Captain and Gravis armor is one of
Mm-hmm.
my favorite models.
Right.
You know, so I think the Primaris stuff is going to be great for your Dark Angels. But like I said, personal decision. Is the Nurgle stuff
Right.
going to interest you?
Yeah, so you get some help. You get a unit of Hellblasters, and you've got, of course, your captain, which I think would be really good. Your Inceptors and your Intercessors. But correct, you're also getting just a whole slew of different Death Guard. But you're also getting little
Well,
terrain and that playing mat and some rules.
yeah. And the cool thing there is if you got someone to play with, or you got someone that you
Hmm.
think you could convince to play with you, um, it's a self-contained kit.
Right.
There's enough there, and of course, it wouldn't be current, right? Because
Right.
everything's come out with new points, new rules, all that since then. But
Hmm.
it's a self-contained kit, kind of like what they do with Conquest, right? There's
Hmm.
enough there with the rules they give you,
Right.
that battle mat, the terrain, that you can learn what's there
Yeah.
and go and play,
Yep.
right? And so that right there is another part of the value. So you're getting $2 a mini, but you've also got a scenario you can play.
Right. This is the one that
And
I'm go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, man.
I was just going to say, even if you don't have all the most current rules and point
Hmm.
values, it's a good learning. I know
Hmm.
you're still new to the game. It's a good learning point to get in, and then boom, once you master that, move in and learn the rest of Eighth Edition.
Right. Now, here's what you can do. Like this is kind of what Mythos and I did. We got the Dark Imperium box set, and when we first got it, of course, it comes with the rules, which is a very good value. Of course, it's double the cost, right? It's $160 American, and you get the core rules, which is a little fold out, something simple, but you also get the actual rules, the full book. And you get some of the codex, a little snippet of the codex, and some rules pertaining to Space Marines. Now, what you could do, and this is kind of what a lot of people did, was take their Death Guard and just say, you know what, I'll trade them out for more Space Marine. So other people were like, hey, yeah, I want all your Death Guard. I'll give you my Space Marine, so you can actually trade them out for that. You also get a gorgeous set of dice, which roll really great, and a little ruler. So yeah, we found that this was really good. I mean, I was really happy with this particular set. You get a lot. You get the captain, you got the lieutenant, you get some intercessors, you get a whole slew of these hellblasters. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice set.
Spec says, "I wish you guys could get Conquest stateside." Me too, my man. Me
Yeah,
too, and
that'd be.
Mortal Realms too. Brian, that Tempest of Souls, man. Are you looking more for the are you looking more for the Sigmarines, or are you looking more for the Night Haunts? I'm just saying, because 68's not bad, but 34 would be even better.
69 is better.
Anyways.
They do. They do, Brian. They actually do roll a lot better. For me, they definitely roll better because I don't know. First of all, they feel natural. They feel good. They're balanced. I think they're probably the most balanced. Ask Mythos. They're probably the most balanced dice that we've ever rolled.
I
Those
use
red ones.
nothing. I almost exclusively use the Dark Imperium dice
Hmm.
now.
Yeah. I like them.
Tommy Dog, think about it. If you just wanted one side of that, 34 is not so bad. How sad is that? I'm sitting here making propositions on chat.
Welcome to the Frost and Fist, where we try to coerce you into doing things.
Welcome to the Frost and Fist. You want to split your models?
There we go.
All right.
It's already started. Which side do you want, Mythos? That's what he says. So.
Man, been saying for a while. Looking at some Sigmarines. I'm just saying.
Golly, man. You guys are something else.
And if I commit, maybe I can get Freak to commit.
AOS?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's just going to show up. One day, he's just going to open his door creepily to his bedroom. He's going to open the door to his bedroom. And there's just a box of AOS models sitting right in front of the door with a big bow. A big bow and a tag that says, do it. Oh, speaking of future projects, we need to do our future project video. Our future project.
Oh my God, dude!
Don't it's too early in the show to go Greens Point.
Golly.
All right. Anyways, other hobby updates. Like, would you mind showing some of the pics for my hobby update?
How many? All right, hang on a second.
So, Pulsar is my biggest thing. Like I said, 5 o'clock on the dot today. Airbrush broke it out, and I've had a blast with the Repulsor. And it's funny because I've had it in the painted white for a while, but just a few details, and I've done the highlighting and shading, but just a few details, and it's already starting to feel more like a tank.
Okay. All right, the first one. Mythos?
Yes, I did see Big D's graph tank, and I am so jealous. It's like I don't even know if I can catch up at this point. Like, wow, that thing looks like a legit spaceship, and mine still has the labels on it.
Hey, that looks good. Hey, that could be a rocket. Bubba thinks so. Let it happen, man. Okay, here is. All right, so talk to us about this. Come on, update. Jeez, I should have put low.
I don't know why you would fade away from the challenge Atomic Dog. Like I said, I've seen at least 4 to 5 other channels do the deodorant stick challenge, and yours easily one of the best I've seen. You are right up there with Big D to me.
It does look really cool, dude. Yours looks pretty amazing.
All right, guys, this first picture, I want to send a quick shout out and congrats to personal friend and one of my favorite YouTubers, one of my favorite Let's Players, Oversoul Gaming, got a shout out on Outside Extra. And if you follow any kind of video game media, they are one of the bigger video game channels on YouTube for, they do gaming news, they do top 10 lists. They're basically gaming personalities on YouTube. And massive channel. And he got a shout out for them because they were doing a top 7 list or whatever of games that seemed cute but were secretly dark or terrifying or whatever. And I've got the actual title. It's 7 cutie games that were nightmare dystopians.
Oh, jeez.
And so he commented on Kingdom Hearts here, as you can see. And he actually gave a really well thought out breakdown of how, that even though it seems cutesy in most of the game, how actually the entire game you're playing is the result of a Keyblade war where hundreds of thousands of kids went to war and died, protecting the realm. Almost all the adults have vanished from the world. And in fact, most of the worlds you visit actually have a really sparse population as a result of the war that the kids who all died ended up losing, and the worlds themselves were literally shattered and split.
That's depressing.
So,
dude,
that's
really depressing, bro.
Like it's a bubbly Disney game, but it's really, really dark, right? When you actually get into the lore. anyways, he did a breakdown on that, and Outside Xbox broke that, uh, covered his comment, and then they expounded on that, which was really neat. So really cool. Congrats to my buddy Oversoul for getting
nice
a
little
mention on
shout-out.
such a massive media giant.
That's pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. Oh, I gotta say, this is just a little side note. I was just thinking about this, Mythos. I didn't even mention it to you earlier, but we had our at work, we have every Friday we have our meeting, for our IT department, and sometimes most of the time we'll have our VP or CEO will be on there, and everybody was there, and we always mention what are some of the things that we accomplished or we got going on professionally and personally. And I mentioned personally, things are going great. I'm really enjoying my guitar. And like, oh, yeah, that's right. Don't you have a YouTube channel? And I'm like,
what?
Yeah. I don't remember if I mentioned that. Yeah, I thought you were going to give us the, did you give us the, I said, no, I didn't give you, is that something that you just want to keep? No, I can share it. So they might actually be watching tonight, and I might not have a job Monday morning, but that's okay. Welcome to the show.
They get to see what Freak is like after dark.
Exactly. They're going to lose all respect for me, but that's okay. You know what?
If they had it in the first place.
Right. It's like, let me see. ITs. Sir, can you breathe on your own? Yeah. Welcome to you are hired. Just sit in a little closet and don't come out. Could very possibly be watching right now, and I'm like, no telling. So anyway.
All right, what's our next hobby pick, brother?
All right, brother. Now that's a scary thought. When you think about it, bosses might be actually watching this. Oh God. Okay.
Just remember, this is not the IT specialist. This is Gamer Freak.
Right. This is real me. This is real me here. Okay, so we can show you the card night.
Okay.
Or you want me to show you the sick you? This is so sad. I don't want to show that.
While we're keeping it light, we can go ahead and talk about the cards real quick.
Okay, good.
Another great card night.
Okay.
And I played both of my main decks played Magic the Gathering again. And ECK. ECK.
Yeah, okay.
And I played mostly my green deck. It's a green kind of dragon deck with both worms and hydras. Worm, WURM. So worms and hydras, different kinds of dragons. And it's mostly about building up. You can see there's a lot of lands there in the bottom. That's because the deck is really focused around building up a lot of land fast to put out these massive dragons. And so, like in this game right here, I got my land out quickly, and I only had one dragon on the field, but I had up I had up an artifact that let my dragon fly. It could block and defend at the same time. It had first strike. It was really powerful. It had trample. And so it was just really easy just getting across. There's Mythos' X-rated playing mat. There's nothing on display. It's just a pretty.
And he's talking about his dragon.
Yeah. I'm talking. And my dragons are worms, so slithering dragons. Anyways,
they're green. I have to get that checked.
So yeah, that particular game where it was just one dragon, but he was flying. He had all these buffs on him flying, could attack and block. It's called Vigilance, First Strike. It just kept hitting my opponent over and over again. It was just hard to deal with because I got it such early in the game. This one you're looking at, and this one, you can see that there are dice on one of my cards. That's because that one doubles its attack power every turn. And so both of these games, they got up to a 16-16 with trample. To put this into perspective, basically in Magic the Gathering, you're each playing a sorcerer or spellcaster, a planeswalker, so to speak. And you're summoning these spells and creatures to fight for you, right? And each player or each planeswalker starts with 20 life. So with this one dragon being 1616, that's most of a person's life right there.
Wow.
Plus, you can see I have two other dragons on the field. So
You dominated.
yeah, that I just built up really fast those two games and happened to get massive creatures. And my opponent was like, "How the hell did you manage to draw that?" It's the one that gets doubles its strength every turn. It's called Primordial Hydra. He's like, "You've drawn that every game. How the hell are you doing this?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I'm loving it." He's like, "You're either magic or you're cheating."
Just start shaking him down and a bunch of cards falling out of Mythos sleeves. Like, what? No.
When I wonder when Mythos places that mat down, he whispers sweet words like, "Hey, baby,
Right?
you know it." You know, in fact, Dark Magician, that character there, her name is Dark Magician Girl, and her character name, her secret identity is her name is Mana. So I'm always like, Mana, baby, good to see you.
I
He
don't know.
says, Mythos flips a card over, says, "Who's your daddy?" Thomas apparently played at one point. He says his favorite deck was a rat deck, and it was uh, a black color. If you look at the back of the cards there are 5 major elements that you can play as, and you can mix and match however you want to. But black is the power of the swamps, green is the power of the forest, red is the power of the mountains, white's the power of the plains, and blue is the power of the islands. So, pretty cool.
This is really odd. All the pictures now in Messenger are all in proper order. For months, they've been absolutely just trash. They're in perfect order now. That's crazy. You can actually have a proper.
Oh, Executor Commander says, "Believe in Heart of the Cards." Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off. I didn't mean to. I was just reading comments.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
okay. No, you're good. I'm just commenting.
Executor Commander says, "Believe in Heart of the Cards." I actually had a Heart of the Cards moment while I was playing. It wasn't this green deck. It was the deck I showed last week, where I literally had my opponent down to 1 life, but he had way more creatures on the field, and he was just about to run me over. But I have a card on the field that says if you play any spells, any instants or sorceries, you do 2 damage to your opponent. So I had to draw just 1 spell, any spell, to kill my opponent who had 1 life left. And so I was basically like praying for 1 spell, any spell. I was like, Heart of the Cards, and I drew it, and it was a creature. So I ended up dying. But I love games that come down, just like you. When we talk about our favorite 40K games, right? It comes down to every last moment, every last decision, every last draw of the cards. Is that you? Okay.
No, that's a bunch of more pics coming in
Okay, cool.
from Instagram. Get a chance, you
Atomic Dog got me. He says, "Well, Mythos, I bought a tile starter set. I was about to rebel here, but he said, psych." Kaiju says, "Damn you, Heart of the Cards." That's exactly how I felt. I'm just like, 1 spell, any spell. Wasn't my day. But again, I wasn't even mad that I lost because any game that comes down that close, those are my favorites. And then I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the big thing that happened this week. And I've got a couple of pictures to show, but most of you have already seen them on the Instagrams or the Facebooks.
He
and I
was
got
sick.
tons of love, which I really appreciate everybody that commented and gave me some love. But yes, I was in the hospital this week. We talked about it a little bit, but those of you who are curious, here's what happened. Monday morning, I got up, and I have had pancreatitis before. I've battled it, for about 5 years now, but it's only had 1 major episode. And Monday morning I got up and I didn't eat anything. I took a small swallow of water and 3 supplements, 2 food enzymes and 1 focus attention, right? Ironically, I take the food enzymes for my pancreatitis. So, you know, um, irony there. But I could feel that they sat wrong on my stomach. And it just, over the next hour or whatever, it kept building up pressure and it was feeling very uncomfortable and even got to the point of being painful. By the time I got to work, had these waves of nausea. I got out of my car and like dry heaved in the parking lot for 5 minutes. I got to my desk and sat down at work, and it just felt like burning coals in my gut. And it was very high in my gut. If those of you who don't know what pancreatitis feels like, it was very high, right at the top of my stomach, like almost where the bottom of my ribs are. And it was such intense, like, pressure and pain, that I sat there for 10 minutes and I was like, I can't do this. So I went and sat at my boss's desk until she came back from her meeting. About 20 minutes later or whatever, she saw me and she could just see the look on my face, and she's like, "What's wrong? Go home. You need to go take care of yourself." And I was like, "Actually, I think I'm going to go to the hospital." That was an interesting drive, by the way. Of course, and Freak always teases me about it. I may have, tried not to make it seem so bad. So I ended up driving myself to the hospital, which was a questionable drive at best. And by the time I got to the hospital, it was bad. And I was in the emergency room, and thankfully there was not really a waiting line, which the first time I went with pancreatitis, it was a good 4 hours before I was seen. So the pain was just unbearable, and I had no relief. But at least here, this time I got seen quickly. So, and when they checked me out, they saw that my blood sugars were off the charts. My pancreas had shut down. So that's what was causing the pain and the burning sensation, is that my pancreas was non-functional at all.
Your blood pressure was through the roof too.
Huh?
Your blood pressure was through the roof, and
yeah, blood pressure was through the roof.
Yeah.
And one thing that they found is that my cholesterol and triglycerides were really high. And when they did a bunch of blood tests, they saw, especially even after they realized this after 3 days of fasting, that, because I told them I was really confused by this, because I'd been eating extra clean lately. I told them I dropped 65 pounds in a matter of 2 years. And in fact, for the last 3 weeks, I've been eating vegetarian. I've been staying away from grease, staying away from fried foods. I've really had a focus on eating clean, and I've actually increased my amount of activity lately. I'm not saying I'm like a workoutaholic, but I've increased my amount of exercise and activity lately. I told them I couldn't figure out why. And when they did the blood test, and 3 days later, even with the fasting, my triglycerides and cholesterol were still through the roof. They said they did some additional tests, and they said that you're right. Looking at your eating history and your activity level and what we've had since you've been here in this building and not eating, they said they ran some tests on my blood based on a theory, and yeah, it looks like it's something genetically I have I have genetically in my genetics. That's redundant. I have genetically that I guess whatever my body doesn't process things correctly, and so no matter what I eat, my cholesterol levels and my triglycerides are going to be extremely high. If my triglycerides, when I went into the hospital, was over 1,600. Yeah, and that's why that's why it being so high is why Freak was so relieved that when he came in, my blood pressure was down, and that my blood sugars were finally starting to stabilize. In the ICU, it took me getting into the ICU.
He was hurt so bad they had him on morphine.
Yeah, that morphine was some good stuff. Made my pain vanish like that. But no, jokes aside, so that's what was going on with me. And so basically what they've treated me for since then is treating my cholesterol and my triglycerides, and also treating my blood sugar. So once they did that, my organs inside started to stabilize, and here we are. Yesterday evening, they let me free. So
I'm glad you're back with us, though.
let's see. My youngest just got a Tau battleship commander, or battle suit commander even, where he checked out. Where he checked at where the Kingwood nurse is hot.
Next.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I would say out of a dozen
Take the fifth.
nurses I had there,
Take the fifth.
10 of them were extremely attractive.
Okay, you didn't take the fifth.
Not as attractive as my gorgeous Lily, but 10 out of 12 were extremely attractive.
They're nice. Take the fifth.
I already said it out loud before the show, so if she was going to kill me, she would have killed me already. But she's a very, very understanding, gorgeous, and confident.
She wants the whole world to see. This is what happens when we cross her.
Confident, woman who doesn't have to worry about that kind of thing.
This is a message to all men. Next snap.
Zane says, "Dang man, that sucks. Hey, it's all good, man. I have some adjustments to make in my lifestyle, but I'm just happy the pain's gone, brother."
You alive?
That's what's up. Good to see you, my man. D says, "My peeps."
Hi. Sorry for the yawn. How you doing? How you doing?
Big D was talking about my faulty gene seed.
Hey. That's the gene seed.
Dude, are you still here? Kaiju says, "I've got genetically high cholesterol too. I went vegan for a couple of months and my blood read like I had just eaten a bunch of cheese." That's exactly what happened. I went vegetarian, not vegan, but exactly what had happened to me. And 3 weeks, I do a cleanse every few months because of my so I don't eat, vegetarian all the time, but I do a cleanse every couple months to just try and keep it in check. And that's why I was confused that I had been eating vegetarian. And like you said, my cholesterol looked like I just ate a bunch of cheeseburgers. It's very frustrating. But at least now I know what's going on, and I've got some medication to help me deal with that. I still can't go out and do the most, right? But do I have diabetes? So they're going to keep doing tests. They said that the damage to my pancreas due to whatever is going on with my genetically high cholesterol level may have damaged my pancreas so severely that I might be diabetic now. They did have me on insulin as part of my stabilization process. I am not currently on insulin now because they're able to control my blood sugar with just metformin right now, but they're going to keep doing that for a while. And, if things are looking good with my follow-up visit with my doctor, they're going to just keep me on metformin. But if things start to go awry and I'm supposed to check up with them every 60 days, anytime my blood sugar starts to get out of control with just medication alone, then I may have to go back to insulin. So right now they're still doing research. I may or may not be diabetic at this point, depending on how much damage my pancreas has taken. One of the things that they did tell me is that unless you hit a point of no return, is that at this borderline state, the pancreas actually can repair itself. So that's a positive, and that's what happened to me last time.
That's good.
And that's why I was able to get off the medications and stuff like that, is because eventually my pancreas, repaired itself enough to where I was able to get off the medications. But now here I am. I'm a little further back than I was before. But I mean, we'll just see how.
Here's the rolling sixes, my brother.
Zane says, "How many of those hot 10 nurses were women?" That's my personal taste. All the ones I was referring to happened to be women. There was also a one that I was not counting. I did have one male nurse, and he was a nice and attractive young man, but perhaps not my type. Bloody hell, mate. I was happy to see everyone showing love on Insta. I
Yep.
really was too, man. That was really like when I was feeling, especially, and I mentioned, I was feeling frustrated that I've been working so hard to be good. I've lost a whole bunch of weight. I still have plenty of room to lose more weight, but I lost a bunch of weight. I gave up alcohol, and I've been eating clean for a while, and it still hit me. I was like, it doesn't matter what good I do. I'm just going to end up right back here anyways. I was really frustrated, but getting all the love on the Instagram and Facebook, everybody was just super, super, super good to me. And that really boosted my spirits. And, after getting that positive boost, I stopped feeling sorry for myself. And I really started to think about it and meditated on it. I got to see that all these milestones I hit and these improvements I've made for my life, they're things to celebrate. But just because you hit victories doesn't mean it's the end of the journey, right?
It's true.
It's a continuous journey on self-improvement. We never reach a point where we can stop improving ourselves, right? So I really getting all the love online, guys, I really appreciate you because it helped me put that into perspective.
Yep.
So
Brother Rob and the TMP.
Brother Rob, love you too, my brother. Nice save. Wife is shaking her head, wondering where the hand slap is going to meet your face.
Brian, you can see this. And so for the next, like...
Guys, not only do I have a gorgeous and confident woman, but she'll talk about attractive ladies with me sometimes. So, I've got
She is
I've got
awesome.
that.
She is awesome. I have to say, she is definitely a good, awesome person.
Freak looks like Wolfman Jack. I like it. Brother Steve, Who Took My Dice Miniature Wargaming. Guys, Who Took My Dice has been back in a big way this week. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen some steady videos from him, but he's been out with 3 videos this week.
Dang.
So very cool. Good to see him back in action.
He's popping now.
Talking about Inquisition stuff, which is, I know, a topic he loves to talk about. So really cool to see. Atomic Dog's wife agrees with him that Sofia Vergara, how do you pronounce that, Freak? Vergara? I think it's Vergara.
Yeah, that's Vergara.
Yeah, she is a knockout. I'm going to agree with you too. But yeah, so definitely that's what happened, guys. I just got out of the hospital last night, and like I said, I was back to work today, and the minute I hit 5 o'clock today, I started painting. I tried to do. Unfortunately, I didn't plan this out very well. If I knew that I was going to be going to the hospital, I might have packed some, a couple of models to paint while I was at the hospital. But considering the morphine I was on,
yeah, I was gonna say that'd have been really interesting work.
Times that I fell asleep with trying to play on the laptop, probably wouldn't have been a good idea.
It would have been interesting.
I can just imagine now trying to pin something and falling asleep, with a hobby knife or hobby drill in my hand.
Pin in your finger. Wake up. How'd that get there?
Wake up, my white scar, painting red shoulder trim. I wake up, he's got the big Joker smile across his face. Psychedelic Space Wolves. Can I hit all of you up for an opinion? You absolutely can, my brother. I think those are all my hobby update videos, right, brother?
Yes.
I tried playing some KOTOR 2 while I was in the hospital, but I having no coffee all week, which your wolf brother is a coffee fiend, usually 2 to 3 cups a day, and having no coffee for a week.
You wonder why you were getting those migraines.
I had migraines all week. Plus, I didn't do so well with the awkward position of those beds sit at, and so I had these migraines. I just couldn't focus on YouTube videos. I couldn't focus on video games. It was pretty rough.
And they had me in an awkward position. The male nurse. Who said that?
All right. So that is my sob story for this week out of the way. What do we got next, brother? We want to
Art
do
of the
some
week,
art
bro.
of the week?
Yep, I got it ready to go.
Sweet. Would you, before or after art of the week, would you like to say hello to our friend?
Say hello to my little friend. Who? Help me.
The one we introduced earlier. Gamecraft Dragon says Kit Bash got me all hot for doing some major conversion work. I'm looking to take a Redemptor Dreadnought and convert it to a Death Guard Leviathan Dreadnought. I've seen a few people on the Space Wolf page do that, and I'm sure some people would, bitch about, that's not the right model. But honestly, as long as the weapon options are what they're supposed to be, it's still WYSIWYG. The conversions I've seen do that, where they take the Redemptor body and they put on the storm cannons and stuff like that. They look good, So I think the body size is a good fit to do the conversion, and all the conversions I've seen do it so far have really been successful.
Just do it, man. Let it happen.
Would you guys accept that on the table? I absolutely would. Then again, I mean, we're pretty laid back gamers here at the Frosted Fist. We are definitely like kitchen table gaming.
We've
I have a
accepted
friend
7-Up can.
who uses D&D models for Imperial Guard Crusaders because they come equipped the way he wants them, with the sword, power sword and shield, and the D&D models look like, you went to some planet, they cobbled together a force, equipped them with, swords and shields and said, hey, go defend in the name of the Emperor, instead of being a uniform, a fighting force like the Cadians, it was a military militia. So, I mean, like I said, I've got a friend who uses D&D models for 40K models. No big deal to me. In fact, actually thinking about it, I do as well. I have 5 D&D ghost, translucent demon hounds, hellhounds, that I just dry brushed some ghost effects on there, put it on a base, and they're a squad of 5 ghostly Fenrisian wolves I use.
I remember those.
So, anyways, yeah, I mean, we're pretty laid back as gamers.
We use different things like, can of 7-Up. Yeah. That's a drop pod, by the way.
Picked up a Leviathan Dreadnought. Might go to my Death Guard army. Before you rush to that, Rob, my man, I want to hold you up there. I know you have a little trouble scoring victory with your gorgeously painted Space Wolves. I gotta say that a Leviathan Dreadnought would definitely help you correct that a little bit. That's going to put some major firepower out there. In fact, it does so well. I try not to take mine very often because I feel like, it sometimes does, it does so much damage that, I feel like maybe I shouldn't have brought it.
So he brings his Siphon Interceptor instead.
You keep telling me to bring it until it explodes.
Yeah. Oh, look, shrapnel everywhere. Okay.
It's amazing how quickly that changes somebody's opinion.
It really, really does. When you see giblets of your own army.
Design, man, I love it. It's gorgeously painted. Okay.
I never want to see it again.
Because you brought that cheesy ass crap.
I know, and I want to see it again. Oh, it's in your box. That's a good place for it. Keep it there. Yeah.
I can't see paying $120 for a single figure that doesn't wow me, and I have some confidence making a $35 conversion of the same body size. Hey, yeah, do it, man. Like I said, the conversions look great. Pop Goes the Monkey does a conversion kit you could use to modify it further. That's true, although if he's looking at it from an economical route, Pop Goes the Monkey does gorgeous work. It ain't cheap, though, especially when you start, looking at shipping and all that kind of good stuff. They ain't cheap. Although I mean, I've got some Pop Goes the Monkey. I got lots of Pop Goes the Monkey here, but so I definitely love their work. But man, they definitely, if you're looking at, hey, this is going to be my $35 Leviathan, then that might not be the route you want to go. Don't tell everyone my next project Gamecraft says I wanted a Dorado for my wolves. The +5 invul bubble is so powerful. I've been wondering about that, but I don't know what gives the invul bubble. Of course, I didn't look it up its actual stat page. I was looking up on Battlescribe and I didn't see where the rule was, but I need to look into it further. What water bottles are drop pods, 7-Up cans are Dread Claws. Oh, you mentioned using 7-Up cans as drop pods. He says that's illegal. Water bottles are what they're drop pods. 7-Up cans are Dread Claws. Got to stick to the rules. Is Freak being salty? I thought that was a Mythos thing. Oh no. Wait till you guys see our next battle report. Or go back and take a look at our night versus night battle report.
Moving on.
Freak can get plenty of salty. In fact, I gotta bring it up, Freak. I'm sorry. I gotta bring up some old mess. Because I love it. You think being salty is a Mythos thing. I got to show them, Freak. I got to show them.
Oh, I want to mute you so bad.
Keep talking, Freak. Buy me a minute.
All right, let me see what the crazy chat's going on and saying there here. Oh, that's terrible. Is that upcoming hub account you were talking about on the Discord? That's Quizzer Zane. The one you and Weather Pig are starting together. Who took my dice says drama alert. Wait, cup of tea, Spec says, Quizzer Zane. Quizzer Zane says called spanked pork. Yeah, it's getting a little weird. Brian, hurry up and get your popcorn because I think he's going to be pushing buttons. Mythos will be pushing buttons today. I've got the salt and the sad music. I guess we'll kick on. Oh, not sure what he's going to do.
You won't need it. You won't need it.
Anyway,
did I clean it up in the Great Purge? I sure hope I didn't.
Maybe I am rolling Beyond Ones today. Oh, for those who came in a little late, let me show you my the gift from the Wolf Brother.
I thought it was pretty perfect.
All right. Funny, my daughter, Nina Chick, she saw it. She goes, "Oh my God, that is so dead on."
It's perfect because it also applies to our D&D gaming.
Yep, she's played D&D with us, and she's like, "Oh my God, you roll so bad." Yeah, I told you.
It's crazy because he rolls so badly on such basic things too.
Yep. All right, breathing on my own. I roll a 1. I'm dead. I'm dead. Dead. You know,
it's like
taking one step in front of the other one.
The only then of course when he does roll like nat 20s and stuff like that is like something it completely doesn't matter. Like, yep. All right, guys, one of you heard a noise. Everybody make a perception check. Yeah, Freak, you heard the noise.
20.
All right, was it important? Not really. I heard this dude fart in the corner. Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
That was it.
All right, glad I wrote a 20 on that. Awesome.
All right, now make your attack.
1. I roll the 1 on my initiative. All right. All right, I'm going to go. It's my turn to swing? Okay. 1. Yeah, no, nobody's getting heals today.
Oh, I know why I don't have it. It's on the phone that I destroyed. Nice. Did I back up that file?
No. No, you didn't. You know why? Because it's bad karma.
Bad karma. It's wonderful.
Oh, God.
Yep. I didn't back it up. It's only in the destroyed phone. I'll never have it again.
You didn't have one on a SD card or anything?
Nah.
Did you save it on your Google backup stuff?
Nope.
Oh.
It's gone forever from my life.
Well,
actually, it still exists in our battle report, so I can go pull that and then pull the clip later on.
Oh man.
All right. Anyways, on to art of the week.
Yeah, that's right. Important stuff. None of this salty shenanigans that it's not true. Let me pull this up here. All right, art of the week here.
By the way, for those of you who aren't familiar, dropping your phone in the sink often results in it not working. So,
Did you get salty?
Oh, did I get salty? I was very frustrated when I dropped my phone in the
Not
sink.
what I asked you. You got salty, didn't you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Probably why your sodium went up. All right, here he goes. All right, this is from Jay Garrett.
Plastic Crack Gaming. Awesome.
Man, we got some people in this here chat. Well, daggone.
Welcome to the show, my friend.
Welcome. Hopefully you get to stay a little bit.
This I thought was just a really great army-wide shot of, and this I always talk about. One of my favorite things is seeing an army all together, consistently painted, consistently based. And also, this White Scar army also uses a Xiphon, so extra point.
Is that a jab at me, bro?
Nah, it's just a comment about my love for Xiphon interceptors.
Okay, I don't know.
White Scar Xiphon interceptors.
Oh, I love these.
So
yeah, they look
this
great,
is
dude.
always giving credit to the whoever's art this is. This is Jay Garrett over on the Warhammer 40K White Scars page on the Facebook.
It is pretty amazing. It is really cool. Hold on, let me go to the next one. Yeah, you know what? You will not see a picture like this from me. Oh, this is the same thing. Oh, I thought there was two different ones. I'm sorry. No, because you see how very uniform. I mean, if terrain is all the same across the board, mine will never be like that.
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't a crack at you either.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I mean, it was warranted.
It happened to be one of my favorite things, but that was in no way meant to be a jab at you.
Okay, look at how that Xiphon interceptor is just looking at me.
It is looking at you.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
don't like it. He needs to turn around and shut the hell up. Okay. All right, next one. This is by Nordic Painter, not to be confused with Norditrack, the exercise.
This one I had to get because look at the glow on those runes.
Indeed. This
guy gets it.
Oh, he gets it, all right. I like the round that's sitting on their hip. That looks like a real round. That's casing in the actual round inside it. Oh gosh, very nice. Wow. Ooh, green goo. That's very nice. That's a nice touch.
Oh yeah, and actually the green toxic whatever he's on really complements the very blue themed space wolf.
I really hope he didn't just pee and that's his runoff because he really needs to go get checked. He needs to stay away from asparagus.
Really nice details on the face and beard too.
Absolutely, that's actually well done. Bone. Oh, the horn, the drink. What was that? The blowhorn, drink horn, whatever.
Yeah,
that is.
yeah.
That's well done too. I like that. Oh, well done. All right, moving right along. Ooh, okay. So here is a Promethean. This is pretty cool. Wow, that is that weapon for real? That thing's huge.
So this is it's a conversion, and I can't remember if this is like special shapeways parts or whatever, but this is a conversion take on the Helverins. To where instead of being, a couple stubby arms as the guns of the mini knight, it's, arms with, if you'll look, those are the fists on the Castellan robots like I have. And he's converted the fist of the Castellan robots to hold this rifle with the double assault cannon instead of having just the stubby arms be the guns. And I think it's a really cool conversion.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's by Lord X Scumbag. Wow, I almost feel guilty saying his name. That's my Lord scumbag. Moving on. I mean, that's his name.
I don't judge.
I don't mean either. Hey, to each his own. If you want to be called, I'm a freak, right? It's a nice side view. No, he did a really good job. And that's actually pretty.
Did you say nice side boob?
Side view.
Oh, okay.
I see.
Yeah, I really like their take on that. How it's like holding a rifle across its chest.
Yeah.
Rather than just the stubby arms approach.
It's got an infantry look to it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I know the assault cannons are GW bits. I know the rest of the the Helverin is GW bits, and I know that the hands are from the Castellan Robots kit. I just don't know what that is connecting. The metal skeleton arm connecting the hands to the rifle itself. When you said side view,
Side view.
Side view. Rob said he was also thinking side boob too.
My mic not working? Testing 1 2.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
Let's see. The other day on D Stream, a dude tried to go clubbing with him. Yeah, I'd go clubbing with that dude, except for I don't do the clubs. Steve says no. I don't know what because I lost the footage. But there's so much to love. I'm not jealous, but dang, at least wait a stream before asking him like I did. TMP says his computer is completely fixed. Roxas has joined the chat. What is up, my brother?
Hey!
Plastic Crack Gaming says, anyone else getting into the BattleTech Kickstarter? Man, the miniatures look gorgeous, and I have a lot of fond memories with BattleTech. Brother Roxas and I, Geary in the chat there, we've been we have neither of us have mentioned spending any money yet, but both of us have brought up the upcoming BattleTech before. So I don't know. Is it something we might play later on? At least I know that if I spent a little change, I know at least one person will play BattleTech with. So new people are taking over my chats. Did Inquisitor Zane see the Insta pic of me at the club? I saw it. Looked like you were hanging out and looking cool, my brother. Good night, all. Early morning. Have a good night, brother Steve. You are probably gone because I am late catching up on this chat. Those were my mate's glasses. Apparently, he lost them that night, and apparently, you found them. Hug, you need to fix your description. You are already lit of the house. A picture of you leaving the house would be exiting the door frame. It's false advertising. Oh, pig. I was like, pug. I don't know why that one vowel change threw me off. Side boob is now trending in our chat. One giant leap for Trollkind. Let's see. Brings me much joy. This is so good. Wait. Boob? Bob? Okay. Chat is caught up. Let's check out this amazing looking Death Guard here. And I mean,
Chat goes to crap.
I really, really would like to go back and reinforce my point to Brother Rob that those space wolf levy would really, really help increase his space wolf win rate ratio. However, man, looking at this Death Guard levy here, oh my god,
badass! Yeah, I've got to say that is pretty freaking awesome.
And those of you who have seen my showcases where I've painted up a couple Death Guard before, you guys will know that this is my favorite. Instead of and just my personal preference, more than the green Death Guard, I really prefer doing the ivory, but really rusted and weathered ivory Death Guard colors. And I think this has nailed that. It looks phenomenal. Big Mech, he says, evening, brothers. Good to see you. Man, I am absolutely, and I am absolutely loving this. I always say, man, I hate to intrude on our brother's UK sleep schedule, but man, I can't tell you how much we appreciate having y'all in the chat.
And a new Patreon subscriber as well. Thank you so much.
That is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. This is by Efimov 5194. And I agreed.
Very
This is well done. This is a very gorgeous model, and it's interesting because, man, he just whooped
Contemptors.
Contemptor Dread's butt, man. That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Kicked ass.
He did.
First of all, so I mentioned I love the ivory and weathered look, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I mentioned earlier in the chat when we were talking about my tank, I love heat bloom effects, especially very cartoony, very bright and pronounced heat bloom effects.
Right.
The storm cannons look so solid.
Yeah. Yeah. They
But
look really
also,
good.
what I love here is that the weathering and the rust make the ivory tones look very warm.
Mm-hmm.
The extra pronounced blue in their heat bloom and the blue on the base and in some of the trim of the Contemptor are a very nice, cool offset to the very warm Death Guard Leviathan. It's just so eye popping. And what's really cool is that it's more muted blues. So even though these eye catching blues are popping out, they don't really detract away from the richness of that weathered ivory of the Death Guard.
Right.
I'm sorry, man. You've been trying to say something for a while, and I just won't shut up.
No, it's okay, man. Dude, look, you've been sick. You have been hardly saying a thing all week. You know, I mean, it's okay. You got it, bro. It's all good. Did you just drop something? I'm not even seeing what you're doing. Did you fall? Oh,
Huh?
I just heard ka-tunk, and then I wasn't watching. I was actually looking at the other page because I'm navigating, and I heard this noise. I didn't know if you had fallen and couldn't get back up.
Oh, sometimes with these gamer chairs, sometimes you lean back at a certain angle, and the chair just goes click.
Okay. Oh, all right. As long as you stay alive. All right. No, it's exactly what you're saying. What I like about it is that it is very obvious. Okay, you have a victor and a victim. You know, first glance, you can see it. This is a very, very beautiful. This is survival of the fittest. This is perfect. This is a great, depiction of exactly that, survival of the fittest. I won, you lost. So very, very gorgeous, very well done. And you're right, all the tones. And it's funny because they didn't go earth tones; they went pastels, which in a mix like this, typically you wouldn't work. They won't work. You can't mix. Typically, you don't want to mix earth tones with pastels, but he made it work. Look, warm earth tones, and he put pastel on the legs, on the feet, on the toes, and on the bottom, and then you've got all this coloring on the base, and he made it work. It's just very well done.
I agree.
You got my respect. All right, moving right along. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here is one of my heroes. Man, freaking next level painting for the Kenny Boucher.
I try and stay away from the giants and the greats.
You can't.
That are the massive names when we do this, but this one just caught my eye so much.
You can't, bro.
We shout out to the master all the time. We always talk about how his blending technique is what we want to emulate someday.
Oh my gosh!
This Night Lord stands out so much, so much. This it looks like at least 4 or 5 different tones of blue.
Yeah.
That really, really, but it never loses the fact that it is a dark blue, right?
Right.
A night blue, and then the reds, they go from like a dark black around the spines and the edges, and they really are rich and vibrant.
Yep.
So the tonality here is just amazing.
Yep.
And the base is so simple, but when a character is painted up this, it stands for itself, right?
Yeah. Kenny Boucher is a master at multi-layering in tones. He goes from the darkest to the lightest, but he will take his time. But it's weird though. He moves pretty fast because he's been doing it forever. But he'll go from a dark, rich color, and he'll start adding a lighter tone. Spray that on, another lighter tone, spray it on, another lighter tone, and he'll just keep doing it. He'll do that 4, 5, 6, 7 layers until he gets a beautiful, beautiful transition. And you can see it's very evident. And you know what his thing, he always says, paint it up to an 11 so you can bring it down to a 10. and that's what he does. He goes back and washes it down, and he mutes it a little bit, and you can see how gorgeous that is. I'm a huge fan. Gosh, yep, big fan. Burning my brushes now. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That is burn brush quality, baby. And here's some beauty from a beauty. This is actually really amazing. Let's see if it'll catch up. Come on, wake up. There it is. Come on. There it goes.
All right. It's got some gorgeous work by Lady Dragon here. What I really love, and this is something I see a lot in movies, and it's really emulated well here. This is a guy standing in lava, and he's got some very ashy colored skin, and it's well executed.
Yep.
Like, I just love the way it comes out. It fits the theme of what's going on here so perfectly. And I love the bubble in the lava.
Yeah. Yep. It's funny because it looks like she might have used a half cut piece of sphere or something. That is actually well done.
I've seen Dee do this before. Yeah. So Dee, let me know. But I've seen him do something like this with little sticker gem type things you can get,
Okay, I know
like
what you're talking about.
Like the dollar store from a stationery set.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen him do that with rivets. So I'm wondering if that's then just primed and painted over.
That's actually a really good idea because I've used I've always used actual BBs to make the bubbles, but this right there, that's a great idea.
Sticker pearls.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Again, you can see an excellent job with. Okay, first of all, the the actual reflection of the heat on the boots. I mean, and the freaking great job with the bone work. Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that doesn't look amazing here. Like, this whole thing looks great. Yeah. The banner, lots of great detail, and I love that the texture on that banner actually sticks out because that's like leathery or skin, and anyone could just put a flat coat on there and not bring out the texture in that. I mean, she really brought out the texture in that banner.
Yeah. This
one, again, she absolutely nailed every single muscle in, his physique. It looks like a dude, it looks like a Arnold Schwarzenegger rippling.
I would break you.
Dude about to bear down on you and smash your head in.
Yep.
Look at the expression on the face. Very clear. This dude is charging, screaming, war cry. Yep. I mean, she nailed the expression on the face. She nailed every muscle she highlighted. This is just flat out extremely well done.
Yep, she's a good. And what's crazy? She just started painting, or just started painting miniatures
6 months ago.
Yeah.
But like we mentioned, she's managed to translate years upon years of canvas painting experience, and really, this is them all together, right? The squad together, and God, they just again and again, this is not a jab freak, but look, they're painted consistently, they're based consistently. They look so good together.
Stop judging me.
Seeing it, I'm not digging at you, but when
stop judging me.
An organized force like this just looks so impressive.
Jerk.
Man, I'm sorry you worked so long today, Archie, my man, but I'm so glad to have you in the chat.
Oh, he's back! Yay!
Let's see. Archie says, "Evening, everyone." Rob says, "Love Night Lords. Kenny does some amazing work. He is the master, I feel like. Learned so much watching his streams, and he didn't, and I didn't even have an airbrush. Right, a lot of the stuff he teaches is stuff that he does a lot of airbrush work, but the theories on layering and how you're going to fit your paints down, a lot of it's just transferable skills.
Yep.
Night Lord he did the other night was pretty amazing, kind of jelly. I agree. I would love to work at it. But yeah, and I definitely would love to emulate that and get up to the master Kenny Boucher's level one day. Nice base work blended all the way to the base beads. Lady Dragon is blushing. Man, we ain't speaking nothing but the truth here.
Indeed.
So you're only blushing because you put forth such amazing work.
Yep. And you make us look bad. Congratulations.
Let's see. That will get her back for one upping my lava bases. Oh, she did do. I mean, so I feel like maybe mine can hang after Freak doctored mine up, but she definitely blew way past my lava base before Freak doctored it up.
Looks so cool.
It's going to be snowing by Brother Rob sometime soon. Interesting.
Yeah, there's going to be some really crazy.
Meet those. I bought the Tempest of Souls box. I couldn't resist. That's awesome, man. Did you decide to go with the $68 version or the $34 version? Anyways. Looking at this amazing model here. We're done with the chat for the moment. Another thing I really loved is like, if you look at her squad, almost every member has an individual skin tone, right? And I'm going to use myself as a main example here, right? When we tend to do squads, most of us use the same recipe because we're painting a squad, right? But she's made sure that each of her people in her unit are individuals and they have individual skin tones. You know, they're not the same dude. Okay, first of all, Brother Rob, you kind of a lie right now. You kind of a lie. I don't think this meme applies to somebody who must finish every box they start. This is so me right now, who's got a plethora of half-painted models sitting around me where I've started a project,
dude,
before finishing the last one. And then on top of that, my backlog of video games right now that I'm working on right now is all stuff. Most of it's not stuff I haven't started yet. It's all stuff that I started and then moved on to the next video game, then moved on to the next one, and moved on to the next one. So right now, my wife's got me on a focus plan until I finish Inquisition from 6 years ago, and I'm not allowed to start any new games until I finish Inquisition. And Commander has seconded that. She's making sure that I'm gonna stay on that.
Archer, this is definitely me, and all my unfinished projects are cockeyed as well. What?
Oh man, and I'm not making fun of you, Brother Rob. I know that you have.
Yes, he is.
You have your particular organizational needs right now. But he says he has 3 projects going on right now, and that's well over his max. I think I have 300 half-finished projects. Thomas says he's sitting in a corner hiding. His half-finished project could probably dwarf all of ours. Archer says I have 5 armies in various levels of completion. And like I said, I jest, Brother Rob. I know that 3 projects half-finished for you is definitely a lot for you, especially like you said, you and your OCD. You know, and legit, like, you know, legit OCD, you know, it's 3 half-finished things, I'm sure, is just grating at your nerves. Gamecraft Dragon says Blood Bowl team, Poxwalkers, 2 squads of Grey Hunters, Stormhawks, Orcs. Those are all his half-finished projects. He'll probably have them painted up, you know, 1st or 2nd of February. That's just how Big D do. Archer says that meme is a big mood. Zane, she didn't know the stream was on. Those are videos that seem to get the views, whether the title is true to the content or not. Yeah, you're right. It's a good way to get clicks.
Oh, transfer.
What's next, brother?
Yep. Let me go back here. This is by Chaos Demonette. And I like me some Chaos Demonette.
I really, and I want to do some Escher girls at some point. Wow, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could correct that or not. Yeah.
I didn't retract the first statement.
I was wondering if you could hear after that statement, but it'll come later.
No, I really want to paint some Escher girls at this point. And one of the things I always love when I see Escher girls is the people who paint some really amazingly vibrant hair on these Escher girls.
Mm-hmm.
And this I had to get it, even though it's not finished, it's a work in progress. I just thought that this was amazing. And again, like we were talking about with Lady D's, you can see the individual muscles in the abs. Like that is talent painting skin tone.
Yep.
And the vibrancy of the hair. If we look at the chest armor or the boob plate, if you prefer, you can see a very dark blue, almost black around the edges, and an extremely vibrant and blue full of life. I'm just going to go ahead and say, at the tips of the breasts, right? Like the light actually really catches there, and the shade really accentuates how vibrant that blue is. This is just fantastic work. I think that's what draws me to these Escher girls is that people who really paint this well always do the most in making it so vibrant and alive.
Well, it definitely drew you to that area, didn't it? I mean, it kept you in that general vicinity for the majority of the commentary. So, yeah, they did a good job.
I love how I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You were all very careful. One lady says, thank you. You are quite welcome. Doing amazing work. And two, I've already saved them and sent them to Freak to show. So we're going to get that up here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Got so much art.
Colorful 80s punk style. It's true. It's true. Miniatures Paintbrush says great nipper doddles there. Say what? Freak's going to get some talking to by his boss after participating in the stream.
I keep thinking, I was like, I can't imagine if they're actually on and then what they're thinking. Like, oh, this is what you do. Oh, unemployed. Okay. Oh.
Now here, this is, I can't read that name. You think you may have a look?
Art LeClin.
Look at that Ultramarines armor she is painting up. That just looks so good. I want a set of Space Marine armor.
That is so cool.
Oh man, I definitely have a lot to learn if I ever get there. God, that looks amazing.
It does. It looks really cool. It's actually, I really want one. I want
one. And that's just the shoulder pads we're looking at, and it looks so epic.
Yeah. I want to make a full set. That'd be so cool. That'd be neat, man.
Yeah.
Going like a Space Wolf and an Imperial Fist as in Halloween. Oh my God, that would be.
Oh my God, if we could actually make armors that look like our sprites.
Oh man,
that would be so cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, the artist, hey, not bad. Just saying.
It's true.
I say not bad. I'm really, really undershooting that a lot.
Yeah,
Speaking of things that look amazing.
Yeah, this is definitely brush painting or a brush burning.
Brush burning, right.
Yeah, yep.
So I'm going to take up fishing now, guys. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. This looks like a canvas painting. This doesn't look like a 3D Magnus. It doesn't look like plastic at all. This looks like a canvas painting of Magnus.
Jeez, that looks like it would be a pre-Heresy.
Spec says never playing Thousand Suns.
Man.
Yeah, this is
definitely pre-Heresy. Wow. That looks gorgeous. Look how majestic. No, is it pre or post?
Post.
Post?
This is after he turns into a demon. It's 40K.
Gosh, dude, he looks so amazing, dude. Oh, that is just so elegant, though. It doesn't look
the galaxy effect on the wings.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But the way the horns and the musculature are done, beautifully highlighted. But I can't help think of. He's painted so well. I can't help but think of that movie Legend with Tom Cruise.
Which movie was that?
With the unicorn.
Oh, are you
from
still
like early 80s?
Are you still on morphine? I don't know what you're talking about. What movie was that? Legend it's called?
Yeah, Legend. It's an 80s movie. Holy crap. Hold on. First up, there's an 80s movie that I can reference that you don't know.
Guess so. I mean,
in the chat.
Dude, I honestly don't remember hearing of that. Hold on, I got to look it up.
That's the one where Tim Curry's the devil.
Yeah, Tim Curry's the devil. I mean, Tim Curry plays the devil. That Tim Curry's actually the devil. I've never met the man. He might be a very nice guy. How can you not know?
I don't.
All right, I got to send you the wiki because I don't want to be crazy. All right.
What's it called again? What's the name of the Legend?
Legend, 1985.
Tom Cruise Legend. Okay, let me see. 1985.
Tom Cruise and Tim Curry, man. How could you not know?
Don't remember that. Don't remember seeing that. I just 2015? No. That wasn't it.
Tim Curry as the darkness, not the devil. I think we're talking semantics here, Big D. I mean, if you look at him, he may be called the darkness, but he's the devil. Come on now.
Legend. It's Tom Cruise, right? Let's see. Wow, I guess I don't remember seeing that.
Have you never seen this movie?
I guess I have not. I don't know.
This is such a classic. This is like this is one of the movies that gets that got people into fantasy in my generation.
Yeah, but you know what it was.
A little bit after your generation.
I can tell you what it is. I was still home with my mom and daddy, and I guarantee you, my mom saw that big old Satan-looking dude. Like, no, you're not gonna be looking at nothing. I'm gonna bring a devil in my house, honey. No, you're not gonna turn the TV on. Oh no. So yeah, that guarantee you that's exactly what happened. That's why I was sheltered from that. I was shielded from that because we didn't want no demons coming into our house.
Atomic Dog says the chick painting the cosplay armor was a hottie. Oh yeah, there were shoulder pads too. Spec says, "Wow, love it." I'm pretty sure we're talking about the Magnus there. No way, is that a figure? He made 3D look 2D. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It looks
like a painting
painted on canvas.
It is gorgeous. Yeah, it's just.
Atomic Dog says, "Crap! I just wasted my money tonight. Mythos, I'm done. I quit." 80s adventure movie. Yep. Tim Curry as the darkness, not the devil. It's the devil. Come on now.
It's not the devil, mama.
Here he says, Brother Roxy says, at least check the pic of Tim Curry. He looks awesome. Oh, yeah. You should have shown the picture of Tim Curry as the devil because that's why we brought him up to begin with. That Magnus looks like Tim Curry as the devil.
Tim Curry devil. All right, hang on. Images.
Mia Sarah, a babe of the 90s. You right. Archer says, I'm legit surprised Freak hasn't seen this movie. Me too. So those of you who have been with this chat for a while know that one of the things you can count on almost every stream is that someone in the chat, usually Brother Brian, but sometimes Thomas Archer, one of our amazing people here in the chat, will make a reference to an old movie. And I'll say, I'm not familiar with that. Or it might be an old song. And then Freak will be like, how do you not know? And he'll have to school me on this old movie or song. But for once, we have an old movie that I know, and he doesn't.
You feel better now.
Actually, I do a little bit. Brother Rob says, you sound like my mom, Freak.
Hey, I have telling you, we had the same mom. I'm telling you. She's like, you're not going to have Satanas come into my house. No, you put that outside in the garage. I don't want that in here. I swear. And this is when I was playing D&D, okay? You are not bringing that devil. Look at that. Look at the horns. That's a devil. That is Satanas. You bring that outside. You take that crap outside. You put it out in the garage. And you know what? You stay out there too. Yep. So I slept in the garage.
Brother Rob agrees. Legend is a classic. You need to watch it. We got to have a movie night.
I'll have to look into it.
We've been talking about doing a movie night with our Frost and Fist ladies.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a classic 80s movie. Even though I've already made Lily sit through Legend one time.
Oh. She sounds excited about it. Yeah. And there was much rejoicing. Yay.
Freak, you disappoint me. We are we are the 80s kids.
Hey.
Actually, late 70s and 80s.
Yeah. I mean, I tried, man. I can't catch them all. Like I said, my mom was very, very, very religious and very, I guess spooky, I guess. She didn't want anything goofy going on in the house. I'm serious. Anything like that, like I borrowed my best friend at the time, his D&D books and stuff. Oh no, that would never come into the house. None of that would come into my house at all. Mm-mm.
Good night, Spec, my man. I'm sorry we hadn't gotten to your art yet, but we're definitely going to show it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna. This is by North Fjorder. Looks really cool. This is actually well done. I like how he took this picture. This is well done.
Very cool. This is the one that came in the Tooth and Claw box set. The Wolfguard Battle Leader Primaris. Very cool. Or, as some people say, he's the Space Wolf Primaris Lieutenant.
Mm. This is 45.
This one is multiple dreadnoughts here. And I love that, first of all, I love that the Leviathan here is put on contemptor legs to give it some different proportions.
Interesting.
Very cool
about that. Yeah.
It definitely looks like it stands a little taller that way.
Yeah, that's really weird. That is so
also
weird.
I love the red and gray of the 30K colors here. It looks very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And again, all of them lined up together just look very cool.
I would appreciate it a wider angle so you can see them all in one shot.
Yeah.
But this is well done. I like it.
Hey. Y'all don't talk about my truffle shuffle in the chat there. You can see some design work on the chest of the Leviathan. And I really like that. Just like I had Brother Richard do for my Leviathan. Helps break up, because the one downside to the Leviathan is it has such big, smooth areas that do look a little boring unless you dress them up in some kind of way.
Right. This is actually nice.
Vibrant blue on that Blizzard shield, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Roxas remembers having a tape with Goonies and Kroll.
I remember the Goonies, and I remember some of Kroll. I didn't get to watch the full movie. Ooh, now this is cool. By Raven Painting. Should be coming up now.
So this is a conversion for Grey Knights that Raven Painting is doing. And I think it's such a cool twist and take,
yes. So very comic booky. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing bad with this. I love the glow around the eyes. I love all the OSL work. Just everything about. I love the hair. Yeah. The hair definitely gives me comic book vibes. Just everything about this is cool.
This is just flat out just amazing. Change. This is just gorgeous. So I love that artwork.
Yeah, that's just a 40K artwork, but I love this take. It looks like an Inquisitor. I think I see a couple inquisitorial symbols there. Mm-hmm. This looks awesome. You can see the axe. You can see some Fenrisian tribal tattoos. You can see a bolter in the back. This actually might be the Fenrisian home guard. Mm. Either way, very cool.
Very cool. Okay, who is this Mythos? This is pretty badass. 3, 2, 1, change.
I think one of the pictures will actually have the person's name.
Okay.
But what this person did is they took the 30K models for the Gal Vorback from Forge World and converted them into Wolfen. And I think if any of you have read any of the Horus Heresy books, basically the Gal Vorback are members of the word bearers who bonded with the souls of bonded their souls to demons, and eventually they end up becoming demon and ripping out of their armor. But that's kind of similar to the way that the space wolves, when they lose their sanity and go wolfen, right? They end up growing to werewolf-like proportions and ripping out of their armor too. And the similarity there makes, I think, the conversion here using the Gal Vorback for wolfen a perfect conversion here.
Nice.
It really symbolizes them growing bigger, ripping out of their armor. Very cool. I would never have thought to do this conversion, but I love every bit of it. Plus, you don't get the funky chicken legs that come on the current Wolfen models. Don't get me wrong. I love the current Wolfen models, but if I had one thing that I like or that I would prefer, it's having actual Space Marine legs like this instead of the what people call the chicken legs on current Wolfen.
I'm gonna have to show pictures next time of Atlas when he converted his Wolfen to look like just like that. Man.
Oh yeah, I have 2 of them.
Yeah, he did great work. Because he had me paint them up for him, and oh my gosh, they're just amazing.
Love the glow effect here. I love how that some of these people managed to get their blue so vibrant for the glow effects. It's just amazing.
Yep, that's stuff, man. Oh man, the look, the ferocity. Ugh. That armor's so cool looking. What did you get?
Yeah, it's from Forge World, bro. It's a Gal Vorback.
Oh wow!
I have to say, this conversion makes some of the best looking Wolfen I've ever seen, model wise.
That just looks so savage.
Wow, I already have 2 units of Wolfen, so I don't really need any more. But seeing this makes me regret that I didn't think of this first. Because you know me, I'll buy Forge World bits for conversions.
Sure. Yep, this is by Brian Stack.
Brian Stack. I knew I had the name somewhere. Yeah. Brian Stack, also from the Warhammer 40K Space Wolves page. And I mean, this one right here, I think really is another one that really well sells the idea that you can see them growing out of their armor, ripping off pieces of their armor as they grow too big. Just such an amazing conversion all around. Gosh, I wish I'd thought of this idea. It's time for 15 to have a 3rd squad of Wolfen. Just because. Why do I need 15 Wolfen? Freak will love it. It'll be okay.
Oh, wait. I actually have. Oh my God. I do.
Elstonation. Good to see you, my man.
Wow. I'd be in for a treat. Yeah, I do have that. Okay. Continue on and carry on my wayward son. Okay, sorry.
One of my heroes as a painter, Elstonation, has joined the chat.
Elstonation. Oh wow, it's already 10:42. Yeah, sit around.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And we still have like a couple of news topics that we haven't hit yet.
All right, let's burn through these real quick, man. Look at this, dude.
Oh wow, you do have the pictures. That's awesome.
Right? Crazy. Okay, who is this, Mythos?
That is a treat.
Who is
this? Is Spect. Unfortunately, Spect has already departed for the evening, but this is some of his Death Guard where he said he's been really playing around with lighting effects. So
nice.
Very cool.
Pretty freaking cool, man.
Absolutely.
All right. Moving right along, and
look at that glow. Look at the very center of those plasma coils.
Right.
Like it really looks glowing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Of course,
another
Gundam.
friend of the channel. This is, of course, our man, the Weather Pig.
Yep. The Gundam Master.
This is the original Gundam. And he says in the chat just a few minutes ago, he's been working on he's loving the retrograde kits, and he's working on a couple videos at the moment. He might switch from master grade to retrograde. That's so cool looking. I love Gundam. And then I wanted to just show this one where he sent it, so that way anyone who wants to follow him on Instagram can see the Weather Pigs tag there. Voltron. So that was Gundam, not Voltron. But cool. One of the cool things I want to refer you to, Atomic Dog. If you want to see a really badass painted Voltron, go over and check out that tag video that Kaiju Shorts did. Look it up on YouTube. Watch his tag video, and there is some badass Voltron goodness there. I'm not gonna. I don't mean to give away too much, but if you like Voltron, I want to refer you over to his video.
Okay. So I've got to say, out of all my experience of trying to paint lava, this is by far the best, and I will say the best lava effect I have ever freaking seen.
That does look amazing.
This right here, I am blown away. I love this. Wow. This
is Reddit user Dino Kellis. Dinos Kellis?
Yeah, Dinos Kellis. Jesus, that is.
Oh my god! It looks so believable.
It looks real. It looks freaking real. It looks real. Like, damn, that looks so real.
Speaking of real, right underneath it, that boar.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks like a real animal. There's so much tonality here. I think the bottom of the screen just barely cuts off the boar user's name.
So Reddit user is Eat Bray Love.
Wow. That person really looked at some animals and decided, how can I capture that?
Right.
Look at the different tones in the skin, especially around the ears and the eyes, the nose. There's so much tonality to that skin. Kaiju says that lava base looks straight out of Mordor.
Right? It's just epic looking. Dude, that's captured me.
I'm going to try to emulate Lady Dragon's inspiration. That's cool.
It is. I'm going to start emulating some of that, because you couple that with Lady Dragon's technique. Oh, man, that would be amazing.
Yeah. This is cool. I don't know what chapter this is in the gold, but Dr. Sam Squanch?
Yeah.
Sam Squanch?
Yeah, Squanch, yeah. It looks probably a new chapter that they created, one of those new ones that you can come up with.
Very cool looking, though.
And then the bottom one is user Jarl Salt.
I have no idea what that is, but man, that looks
creepy as
freaking
hell.
evil.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, Elstonation is not feeling well today. He says, a rare day, but I'm quite poorly at the moment.
Did you shave?
Ill. So he's only going to paint 3 armies this week.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, he's sick. He is definitely sick, because normally he'll do about 100.
On top of that, he's got a tournament today, so it's going to be rough. Well, I don't actually think it's going to be that rough, and it's not that I'm not trying to have any sympathy, Elstonation.
Right.
But I'm going to interrupt real quick, because number 32, what our researchers have brought back this week as the 100% true Elstonation fact, and throw a little Barney Stinson in here, is that Elstonation is possessed of a very powerful ability. Is that whenever Elstonation is feeling sick, he just stops feeling sick and is awesome instead. So we're going to go from 3 armies to 10 armies.
And there you go. That is Elstonation's true fact. I don't know what
number 32.
Oh, look, you keep counting. That's awesome. I even had the music going for you and everything. That's awesome. Well done. That is amazing, isn't it? Many stuff you know about yourself, and you learn about yourself. That's all right.
As he's reading, as he's listening, he's like, "Wait a minute, I do feel bad."
All right, I'm not even gonna. Okay, this is Chick Paints. Come on, hurry up.
Chick Paints. I don't know where anyone gets the scale to do this.
Change. There it is. Yeah. This is so cool.
How, possibly? How does someone make a battle table with figures?
Right.
Suddenly, I feel like going for a run.
This is awesome.
Oh my God. So this is amazing. This is an actual like battle mat that these Space Marines are going over their battle plans for.
That's epic, bro.
Where did they get the scale for this? Like,
I don't know. That's so cool.
you would have to be the Atom or Ant-Man or Elstonation to be able to crank out something this size.
That's so cool.
And do it well.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I literally cannot figure out how they made this happen.
Like
cool. That archway with the spikes,
right?
Must be like an eyelash.
Yeah, right.
I really.
They found it on the street at Grease Point.
Y'all, when Freak and I used to work in this place called Greens Point, we actually would have meetings where sometimes we would dismiss the meeting and find fake eyelashes or fake nails left behind by one of the employees. It was so cool. They are playing Battle Mage 4 million.
Epic We're like, I'm not picking it up. Somebody's got to pick this up. I don't
understand how that train was done.
Like, you're picking that up. I ain't picking it up.
Elstonation says, I'm pretty small, so it's like painting a statue for everyone else. that wasn't a small joke, Elstonation. That was just bragging on your skill.
Wow.
You guys have seen me stand next to Freak. I'm the last person that can make a small joke.
This is true.
Also, I'm Asian down below. I really can't make small jokes. Anyways. Moving on.
Right along. All right, guys. Here is my whip. Watch me whip. Watch me nay nay. This is the one I was trying to show you guys. The body of the Centurion.
Test subject number 1.
Yep, this is what I'm going to model after.
God, especially on the shoulder pads, that transition's amazing.
Oh, yeah, it really shows. It really shows really nicely. I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. That's the back side again.
I'm always so jealous of your edge highlighted too, because I can't do that.
Oh, it's nothing. Okay, so this is really cool. This is the model that Brother Atlas sent me that he wanted me to paint. And oh my gosh, it's just so cool looking. Let me see if it catches up. I just want to see if it changes. Yes. Take a look at that.
So he took some Age of Sigmar Sigmarines, and I want to say these were Knolls that he took. And he kit bashed them into some amazing Wolfen models, and it really looks like they were shredding their armor as they went.
It's so
and
awesome.
then Freak painted him up with his amazing talent, and man, they make some pretty convincing looking Wolfen.
They do.
These are definitely some werewolf dudes ripping out of their armor.
Oh my gosh, dude. I had so much fun painting this. It was so different, so unique. A lot of challenges. I've never done anything like this because I never really painted skin tone or this.
Oh my God. It is the day before the legend's birthday. Happy early birthday, Elstonation.
Oh, well, happy birthday, man. Wow.
Well, I don't necessarily know it'll be 36 years tomorrow because Elstonation fact number 33, Elstonation doesn't get older. He levels up.
I don't know how you come up with those. Oh my God. That's everything, guys. That's all I have for Art of the Week. Do we have anything else, Mithas?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. Ooh, we're running against the clock here.
Yeah, if we could just flash through a couple of those articles real quick. Take a look at the new Blood Angel models.
Yep. Stand by. Okay, let me see. Pull this here. Yep. Here you go. Boom.
Elstonation says that's one extra white hair for each level.
Oh, goodness. Let me get rid of this. And let me find. There it is. Blood Angels. Okay, here we go.
Lots of love in the chat. Lots of extra happy birthdays for the inspiring legend, Elstonation. All right, so we're taking a look at a couple new Blood Angels models coming out for the new book. Bring down the judgment of Sanguinius upon high with the angels' tears, the Blood Angels equivalent of destroyer squads in other legions. Armed with a pair of Volkite Serpenta, they easily cut down even the most heavily armed infantry. So basically, if you guys don't know, in the 30K era, these Volkite blasters are basically death rays.
Oh, nice.
Also, the Mechanicus uses them in some, to some degree. So think about it: twin death ray pistols, whole squad equipped with them. And I don't know exactly what they do in 30K, but I can tell you that in 40K, with these these Volkites, if you hit a 6 to wound, it's a mortal wound. So, people love using Volkites to fish for extra mortal wounds. If you have a whole squad of people dual wielding these, think about all the tons of dice you would be rolling for mortal wounds. It would be cool if one of these, if these models came out of 40K one day.
Those are some big Nerf guns.
Big Nerf guns. So these are grenade launchers. And what's really cool is that, first of all, a source where you can get a whole squad of them. Death Watch lovers are absolutely going to love this because the thing that drives everybody crazy is that they're insanely good in Death Watch, but you only get one grenade launcher per kit. So with this there's going to be a lot of people doing some kit bashing, some Death Watch guys here. But also, it's cool that the Blood Angels will have access to them. And I think the logic side of my brain just wonders, looking at these, though, is like, well, Blood Angels had these, grenade launchers. Did they just lose all of them or forget them in the last, 10,000 years? Why is it only Death Watch have these now? Those are the nastiest T-shirt guns I've ever seen.
Exactly what it looks like. T-shirt cannons. Yep. Yep. That's why what happened. They sold them all to the freaking games. All the stadiums got them.
All right. And I think that is it for the new models.
Okay.
Scroll down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think those new models look pretty cool. Although they definitely don't look as cool as the Death Watch grenade launchers, but still having some grenade launchers. Wait. Let me see the rules real quick on those grenade launchers.
All right, I'm scooting back. Hang on.
24-inch range.
It's coming back up.
Looks like strength 4 and AP 4.
Yes, that is.
It doesn't seem that good.
No, it sounds
maybe
bolter.
Maybe they're just better in 40K.
Maybe. Yep.
Oh well, they're all 3-inch blast templates though, so that's pretty good.
We forgot about the blast templates
and Fleshbane. Okay, actually they are pretty good. All right, cool. Okay. All right, moving on next, since we're trying to burn through these quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Let's check out the Grey Knights. Those are one of the factions I really wanted to take a look at.
Second here. That's not the one.
Death Watch have frag cannons, not wimpy T-shirt launchers. They're actually the same.
Oh my god!
I just want the launchers for my Death Guard. They make great blight launchers. Right on. All right. So, Ritual of the Damned, new expansion for the Psychic Awakening coming, and the Grey Knights are getting a little love here. We can skip past who are the Grey Knights. We talk about it a lot in this faction. The guys meant to hunt down Psychers and Xenos. They're meant to be the very secret, very powerful guy in the lore. Very, very cool guys. But they've been very underpowered for a long time now. So they've gotten a little bump here in the new Psychic Awakening book. And instead of getting doctrines, and I think we talked about this, and we talked about, man, why do they keep kicking Grey Knights while they're down? Well, we took a look at how they were the only ones to not get doctrines whenever doctrines came out. Because even those that can't benefit from it yet, like the Dark Angels, Space Wolves, all that good stuff, they still at least have the doctrine keyword in their abilities, and it says for now they don't do anything, but eventually they'll do something. Grey Knights were the only ones to say you don't get doctrines.
Wow.
Well, if you look at here, all these tides we're looking at, these are all abilities that they can take instead of doctrines, and they work kind of like doctrines where they have it for the battle, but Grey Knights are getting their own psychic abilities, and one of the abilities lets you change your tide mid-battle. So it's kind of cool. They're working it together. They're getting a whole new set of spells. They're getting these doctrines. And wouldn't it be cool if you could just cast a spell and change what doctrine you're in? Man, my white scars would be so much better if I could just cast a spell and say, all right, I'm in Assault Doctrine now.
No, you won't.
That would be so great.
Yeah, no, it won't. That would
Freak would love
it. Yeah, like a hemorrhoid.
it. Did you say like a hemorrhoid?
Yep.
All right, so check it out. If you're in Tide of Fury, I'm just going to go through these real quick. If you're in Tide of Fury, then when resolving an attack with a Nemesis weapon, you get to reroll wounds of 1. Tide of Convergence, you can get add 1 to the strength and damage characteristic of infantry models that are that this ability is equipped with. So infantry models getting +1 strength and damage. That would be awesome, especially because we know Grey Knights really, really excel in combat, right? Wielding those Nemesis weapons and power weapons, laying down some damage in close combat is what they are good at. So getting that +1 strength and extra damage, oh my God, that would be good. Tide of Shadows. This basically makes them Raven Guard. If they're outside 12 inches, then they get the benefit of cover. Wait. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They get the benefit of cover all the time, even if they're not in cover. So this is kind of like the Admech ability, Shroud Psalm. And then when they're resolving attack with a ranged weapon and they're in cover, they get subtract 1 from the hit roll. So just like the Raven Guard there. So it's like taking the best of the Admech abilities and the best of the Raven Guard abilities, mashing them together. Tide of Escalation, of course, when that's dominant, if you manifest the smite power is not resisted 1 extra mortal wound. So if you guys don't know, Grey Knights, because they're all psychers, they can spam smite. They only do 1 damage for their smite instead of the D3. But imagine now you've got this Tide of Escalation going. You've got a whole army that can cast smite, and each of them are doing 2 wounds per smite now. So all of these things really seem like they would be really beneficial. I think some of these boosts, their doctrine, so to speak, are going to make them very cool, I think. A couple other things. About time Grey Knights get some love. Did they make them cheaper yet? I don't think these books bring any of the Psychic Awakening books are bringing points reductions. You guys let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think any of the Psychic Awakening books have done points reductions. All right, we're taking a look real quick at the Empyrean Domination. So has a warp charge value of 7. If you manifest it, you can gain 1 command point. Imagine just casting a spell, and a lot of them get bonuses, right, to casting spells. So imagine casting a spell, and on a 7, you get another command point every single turn. I know sometimes I'm starving for command points. And if you think about it, it ain't easy because they're so damn expensive for Grey Knights to take a battalion, much less a double battalion, a brigade. So this would really help when they're starving for command points, generating more command points during their game. I think it's a really great addition to their set. And what are we going to do with these command points? We got some new stratagems, and one that they sampled is called Empiric Surge. So we use this, and after a Grey Knight Psyker casts a spell, at the end of that phase, then friendly Psyker units within 6 inches get to add 1 to their psychic test. Isn't that crazy? So you got a whole army of Psykers, and if you bubble them up, everyone around this guy gets to cast their spells better, including what we were saying about changing your doctrines, getting the smite with the double dammies. I think this is going to be really cool. I think there's a relic under there too.
Yep, Staff of Supremacy.
The Stave of Supremacy. I love how Stave of Supremacy instead of Staff of Supremacy. It reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics 2, where they're like, they can give you all kinds of weird caveats to the battle, like staves only. Anyways, model with Nemesis warding stave only. When a psychic test is taken for an enemy model within 18 inches, that that enemy model suffers a Perils of the Warp on any roll of a double. So not just sixes, not just ones, any doubles they roll, boom, Perils of the Warp.
Wow.
They're going to be taking that D3 dammies. That's pretty cool. Very good Psyker on Psyker on Psyker protection. And then this next thing we're looking at is a litany. So their chaplains are going to get their own litany for their chaplains.
Did you say
if
chaplain?
This litany is inspiring. Select one friendly Grey Knight unit within 6 and add 6 to the range characteristics of their bolt weapons and psi weapons for models in that unit they are equipped with.
Nice.
That one I'm not so sure about. I could be wrong, but it's that one. Grey Knights are meant to get in the mix and beat some shit up. So this almost is like giving you, and maybe it's because they need that extra range. But I just feel like this is more meant for them to kind of stay back and shoot when they should be getting up in the mix.
It's an option.
It feels like a split identity here.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that their custom litany is good, but everything else on this page looks great. I'm sorry, Freak, you've been trying to talk.
Oh, no. There's just options. I'm just saying.
So, yeah, and I guess if you're in a point where you can't reach something for melee, yeah, you're right. That would be good to have some extra range to actually find some way to do some damage. So overall, I definitely am excited for this to come to Grey Knights. I want to see them get good. I really do. And I sent this. I tagged Brother Garrett in the chat in our little WhatsApp group the other night. I don't know if you saw it yet, but I'm really feeling like this. Like I said, it's not the bump. There's not the bump in power, the massive bump in power like Imperial Fist got right in the penis piece. It's not like the holy rod of purging that the boys of Dorne got. However, it's a little bit of a boost, and I think it is about time they got shown some love. And if you think about it, this is just an expansion right here, right? If we're all going to get 2.0 codexes like Space Marines got, then Grey Knights should be getting their own 2.0 codex at some point, and maybe there'll be even more boost in power and more love coming their way.
I was going to ask you, because I don't think that's, in my opinion, I don't think that's enough. At least not now. I mean, that's kind of like they did with the Imperial Fist. It just gave a little bit, and then they came out with the codex, and it's like, damn, bam, there you go,
Yeah. So when the Space Marine 2.0 codex came out, that was some stuff that really benefited the Fist overall, just being Space Marines. But when they got their Imperial Fist supplement, it was just like,
boom,
Yep.
All right.
Massive boost in power.
What else do you want to show off?
I think those are the two main things that two of the major things we did. Also, I think on our thumbnail is the chaplain for the Dark Angels, but we hit 2 of the 3 things on our thumbnail. It's time for some. I think it's time we share some Chaplain Emo love.
Chaplain love. Yeah, stand by.
When you're going into battle and you don't know how to feel, just count on Chaplain Emo and his joy will make you squeal. So when the world is down, you want to scream up, just listen to the words of Chaplain Emo.
That just makes me so cheery when I hear that. I know it makes Brian cheery too. Yeah, it is.
Some mood elevation is going to happen when we hear his theme.
Absolutely.
So, Emo, my man, I've had a really rough week. I've been on the brink of death. My brother Freak here, he was kind of on the brink of death, with death just spinning through his neighborhood. I mean, we could lose each other at any moment. What words of wisdom do you have for 2 brothers or any of us in this amazing community, for us to allay our fears about losing anyone in this phenomenal community?
Men, your friends are all going to die at some point, and instead of enjoying their company, you're standing here listening to me.
Did we ask the wrong question?
I mean, it's time well spent, right? I think that's time well spent.
I thought it was.
I actually think, even though there's a little bit of a sad vibe to it, I think that's actually one of the most motivational things Emo has ever said to us.
What? That is true.
Yeah, because there was a little bit of a message of enjoying your time with the ones you're with, right?
Yeah, that's truth there. And my
Rob says, "Yay, my life is not wasted. Love you, Emo." Actually, so earlier this week, Freak and I were talking about a Frost and Fish shirt with our new logo and what steps we need to take to make that happen. And so many, a good 3 or 4 people have mentioned, like, y'all going to do a Chaplain Emo shirt? That's probably something we need to make.
Yeah, that's not yeah. So yeah, they're definitely a popular fella. So I missed it. Stepped out.
Brian is so proud. He's like, I missed it and stepped out for a bit and returned when he was sighted.
Yeah, hold on, Mythos, just a second.
Men, your friends are all going to die at some point, and instead of enjoying their company, you're standing here listening to me.
Switch it back.
Hold on. Did you say that again when the mic comes back on?
There you go, Brian. That was for you.
Lily had her own thoughts on the question I posed to Chaplain Emo.
Yeah, whenever you said when the two of you could lose each other at any minute, I immediately thought of My Heart Will Go On from Titanic.
Right, poorly played.
You're here. There's nothing I feel.
I like the poorly played one. Hold on. Go on. Bad record. Hold on.
Big D says, freaking Mythos, heterosexual life partners. Oh, my camera. We broke the focus on my camera. That is so on brand for us.
There you go. That's us. That would be our theme song. Not the good one from the Celine Dion. That would be that one with the broken recorder.
That's how we lost 14 subs right there.
Yeah, pretty much. That's everybody. Oh, bye. Okay.
Oh man. All right, Freak. Any closing thoughts for you, my brother?
Oh my gosh. No, man. I had so much fun, man. God.
Satan's the Prince of Air. So now you know who the Skywalker is. They worship him in this country, not the Father. Okay.
Okay.
Is it?
Are you
There's
gonna try?
something there?
Are you gonna try to dissect that? I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I had a great time. This was look. I needed this. As crazy as this week was, as crazy as this week was, man, I gotta say, this has been probably the most fun and laid back, and I am so glad that you're back, with us. I am so glad that you're back with us, that you're healthy for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. After
yeah.
such a stressful weekend, and honestly, a pretty big health scare,
Right.
spending tonight with our hobby fam and just
Yeah.
chatting with the community is exactly what I needed. And
Yep.
man, we had some great laughs tonight.
Absolutely, man. And we have got to spend it with the family. You know, this is our fam. you know, and
Holy
yeah. So, what?
uh Rob finished 10 more crypt goals tonight, makes 40 for the new year. Holy
Good
crap.
night, Rob. Don't you ever sleep? Rob's a machine. He's trying to get it to Elstonation status, but you got to grow a beard, bro. Just saying. Can't do it without the beard. So, anyway. So, but no, man. Just a great time. You know, great chat. Again, great to have you in the seat across from me. So, no sleep till Brooklyn, bro. I love that. Oh my gosh.
Really had a great time. Thank you everyone who's in the chat tonight. We had some really amazing people in the chat. Want to give a quick thank you and shout out to so many people that actually I'm impressed this week. We've had so many new additions in the last 2 weeks. I actually have to look up a list now.
Yep.
Let's see. Brand new blood claws in our Patreon levels. We have Big Mech Dan Skull. Thank you so much for your support, my brother. We have the Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak, another amazing blood claw. Tim Mo, our favorite running bear, one of my favorite blood claws. I mean, he's a blood claw here, but he's one of my favorite long things in life, right? Absolutely amazing, right? We also want to make sure that we thank our blood claw Chief Live Gaming. Absolutely, friend of the channel, amazing guy. Thank all of y'all so much. And we have our Wolfguard levels. We have Brother Zane, Inquisitor Zane in the chat. Gray Hunter, Inquisitor Zane in the chat, Gray Hunter, Brother Roxas in the chat, and absolutely
sorry.
Cannot forget our wolf. I know that there's so much going on.
I know. I love our moderator. He's on it right now. His give a crap is broken. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Speaking of which, the man doing his job with the band hammer, our Smash captain, Wolf God Archer. Thank you so much, my brother. You guys really help us do what we do. In fact, let me give you this is a brief insight, and I know it's a little bit of a faux pas to talk about money in the chats, right? But because of what you guys do for us and help us do what we do, both of us were talking about what we can do to improve our channel, and both of us were like, man, we could both use a little brightening up of our lighting, especially like both of us have a lot of focus on our desk right here, what we do for the live chats. But we need lighting. Anytime we leave our desk, the lighting tanks. And you guys have seen it in some of our battle reports. So we're like, we need a couple more lights. And we're like, actually, thanks to our Patreon support, we've got that right here in our account. So you guys help us do what we do. Thank you so much to all of our people who support us on Patreon. But also thank you so much to our people who support us by watching these Friday night live chats,
hang out with us.
Whether it's live and commenting and popping and being part of the party, or if you guys are watching in the archive and being part of the good time afterwards. Really appreciate you guys. Anybody who likes, hits that, smashes that like button, anybody who shares our videos, we really appreciate the hell out you people. So thank you so much for all your support.
You guys are awesome.
Speaking of which, if you liked tonight's show,
I like it.
then please make sure that you grab up an axe.
Whoa, you roll those R's.
Mash that like button.
That was sexy.
In the name of the Emperor.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? What?
I said, oh, yeah.
Drop some comments down below, especially if you're watching in the archive, and feel free to be part of any of these ridiculous conversations. If you guys have the inclination to support us over on Patreon, feel free to take a look on over at that Patreon and see if any of those levels of support appeal to you. We did mention earlier tonight that we have upgraded our Wolfguard level to include not a chance of getting a mini painted by me or the Freakaliciousness.
You will.
But absolutely every Wolf Guard, every quarter will get one infantry or equivalent. And what I mean by equivalent is if it's something similar in size or cost, like a Fenrisian wolf or something like that.
Yep.
You know, infantry or equivalent model painted by me or the Freakaliciousness.
Yep.
Every single Wolf Guard. So we did upgrade something in our Patreon today. And of course, if you guys are not yet subscribed to this channel or any of the amazing channels we talked about tonight, or any of the amazing channels who take part in our live chat, you can see them there in the live chat popping off. Then please, we would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys.
Stay frosty.